Nice cold one. Nice cold opening for cold boys.
Oh, we got the cold boys here, physically and emotionally.
Yes, this.
I'm gonna open mine now.
Oh shit.
Oh, he's got one too.
Oh, what?
What are you drinking? We're drinking seltzers.
Yep.
I'm drinking a lovely local brewing company called Local Oak. They have a porter called House of the Rising Bun.
Ooh.
It's a cinnamon bun porter.
Oh, that's way more on theme. We're just hungover.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Xmas.
We're here this time of year. New beginnings. The old times have ended. It's Christmas. It's whatever holiday.
That's right.
We took from. Welcome, Merry Happy. I'm hungover as shit.
Yeah, you're hungover.
I feel very bad.
You burned out all your brain cells. You ready to start anew?
So
you just clean out your brain.
Those are last year's brain cells.
Yeah,
It's time for a rebirth of brain cells.
they're never coming back.
Well, Tyler, why are you hungover?
It was my birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Congrats.
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 Yeah, congrats, everybody.
Congrats. Next year, because you're supposed to make a wish on your birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I wish for?
What's that?
No more race talk in Animorphs.
Good.
Just
we're not going to be doing that this time. I can guarantee it. Much like that
It's
guy.
a good thing that we've got 3 white guys here to talk about it, though.
Wait, if we have started all the problems, we're going to solve all the problems. That's what my dad taught me when he was around. They can't tell you their names. They can't tell you where they live, but in the mid to late 90s, these 5 teenagers can turn into animals to fight an invading army of evil brain slugs. 5 dumb teens are the only thing standing in the way of complete annihilation. This is Animorphing Time with Nate and Tyler.
Get your hand off my girlfriend, you yerk-brained bastard!
This is for Daddy. Make it like half the bottle.
Catherine Alice Applegate wouldn't want this, doesn't want this. Blah, 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 blah.
And like they're like, no, stop shooting at children.
Oh man, being 12 was weird.
I'm not going to be part of this. Listen, this is a podcast about Tyler and Nate. Nate's already covered. I'm just going to lean back. I'm just going to take it easy.
Yeah, let's welcome to Animorphing Time with Nate and Tyler. That's Nate Boyd. I'm Tyler.
Yes.
Joining us today, woodworker extraordinaire, streamer, Animorphs fanatic, OG fan of this podcast. You found me early on.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Mr. the Splintersmith, Nate. Welcome to Animorphing Time.
Thank you.
I was about to pull a knife on you because I have a pleasant knife from Nate.
Yes, I did order a knife from Nate.
Yeah,
I thought
very good.
you were threatening to kill me and steal my energy.
Well, I mean,
it's a Jet Li the One kind of situation.
Yeah.
where but I'd have to do it with your knife, otherwise it wouldn't work, right?
Yeah.
That would probably work the most effectively.
I think so too.
Killed by an object he created. I'm gonna kill my dad. Same story.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing daddy issues. Nate, tell us your history.
Aren't
we? Yeah, we can. Tell us your history with Animorphs.
So my mom worked in the school system, which means that I was the cool kid that got to stay late every day and hang out in the elementary school in 5th grade, which, if you didn't catch the sarcasm, isn't a cool thing at all.
No,
it sounded
cool to me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to hang out with the librarian and like cut paper. Anyway, I got like a sneak peek at Scholastic Book Fair in early the fall school year of 1997 or 1996 when it launched. The 96-97 school year. Anyway, I bought the first 3 books all at once and read them all.
Damn.
And then kept buying them. That was my allowance. I got to go buy a book. And boy, was my mom surprised when the first Megamorphs came out, and I was like, "This one's $7, not $5." She was like, "What is this bullshit?"
God damn it, child! It's that or dinner.
I mean,
you made the right choice. You picked Megamorphs.
Yeah,
Megamorphs won, by the way, the best Megamorphs.
Whoa.
Remember, Rachel gets amnesia, burns down a lady's cabin.
I mean, I think you're wrong twice, because one of the Megamorphs is about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And
wow, Nate doesn't pick the one where they kill Hitler. I didn't know you had such a soft stance on Hitler, Nate.
I think you forget.
Yeah, they killed a non-Hitler. It was the driver Hitler. Who gives a shit?
It's still
He's
a Hitler.
Fine.
It's the first introduction
Hitler,
of...
any Hitler you see?
Well, you know what? I actually take that back. I'm a Nazi now. No, I take it back. I take it back because if it's like a Jet Li the One situation, it makes the remaining Hitlers stronger, and we don't need any stronger Hitlers.
I thought we were doing Christmas movies, and here we are talking about Jet Li.
See, I want to roll back all the way back to Megamorphs 1 and defense of Megamorphs 1. Megamorphs 1, this is to you. Marco turns into a mouse and wants to creep on some ladies.
Hey,
Classic Marco.
Nate, what's the name of the monster from that?
The Vleek.
Damn, I didn't.
Yeah, see,
I didn't think you were gonna get it.
No, yeah, it's a smoke monster, right? they kill it by Cassie kills it by dropping a whale on it. Cassie saves the day again. Establishes these trends of how these books. It's the blueprint for all the Megamorphs.
Here's a theory that I just thought of.
What's that?
Nate, you tell me what you think of this one. Nate on TV, not Nate next to me. Splintersmith.
Am I on TV now? Okay.
Yeah, you're on our TV.
Nice.
I think Damon Lindelof stole all the Lost ideas from the Megamorphs. We got the smoke monster in Megamorphs 1.
That's right.
We got the time travel in the other one.
Yes.
This one, we got a Desmond. Someone who's grounded in time, like Desmond from Lost.
Yeah.
Constant.
Can't time travel. Sees through timelines.
I'm throwing that out there. Never mind. Let's move on with this fucking book. Nate, so you're a big-time Animorphs fan. You're an Animorphs guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Good. End of podcast.
Was I supposed to elaborate more than that?
No, that's good.
How about a Lost guy? Do you like Lost?
You like Lost?
I've never watched it. I was really hoping that line of questioning was going to continue so I could be like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, just
I got nothing.
Man, don't you know? So, Megamorphs 4. You picked this book. Why'd you pick this one?
It has the strongest opening of any of the books, period.
Yeah.
I love the opening. And if this is one of the few books, the Animorphs books, where I could clearly see this as a show or a movie. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the cold open. It's like season 7. Everyone's haggard at this point, and like...
It's an ice cold open. Even the cover. I'm looking at this cover. I didn't realize.
Oh yeah.
On the actual
I want to point out. So Animorphs started in 1996, the summer of ska, when everything was bright colors and sax solos. And this is like Linkin Park Limp Bizkit era.
It really is.
Because they're all just really very serious and underlit.
Yeah, this is a
with
hybrid
a floating
theory-ass
hawk
cover.
in front of them. Yeah, right?
I do like that it does open and fold out. That's very nice. That was a good...
Which is wild. Yeah, like...
You know what's crazy? I've owned this book since it came out, and I've never opened it. Like, I opened it Wednesday or whatever when I was fucking reading this. Like, I've opened the book. I have never opened the cover.
And it's
nice.
nice.
I didn't realize it folded out.
Like, are these the same models from, like, the very beginning?
No.
I think some of them are.
Cassie, I know, stays the Cassie model forever. I know that. Because black don't crack, baby.
Well, I was just about to say, like, they look older now. Like, they look haggard.
Yeah, they are. And they start very haggard. And I think, Nate, you made a great point. This has a strong open. Why don't you start us with what happens in chapter 1?
Sure. Do you want to just read chapter 1? Because it's only like 4 pages? Because I don't know how else we could possibly summarize it. I will try to summarize it, and then you tell me if that's sufficient.
Well, I mean, we could read the good parts of it.
Well, you know what you could do is just, read it, and then I'll just cut out what I don't like.
Let me start with a summary. So, in summation...
2 hours of silence. Nate's like, the perfect podcast.
I've done it.
I loved it. It's just, like, the battle's over, which is a new thing. They haven't done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, yeah, we already know how the battles go. The Animorphs go in and kick a bunch of ass, and there's dead Hork-Bajir and controllers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this deals with the aftermath of, like, Rachel's still in another room freaking the fuck out. There's a half-dead controller human on the floor, like...
begging for death.
Begging for death. And Marco... Like, some of them are morphed out. Like, Marco is no longer a gorilla because, as always, Marco got cut up. Got disemboweled immediately and had to morph back to a kid. And there's definitely like a lot of allusion to the fact that there are children in relationships here.
Yes.
Jake's first thought is, where the fuck is Cassie? And Rachel's like, Tobias, you idiot, why did you dive at a Hork-Bajir?
Right. Yeah, Tobias on the floor. The book starts with the dialogue, help me. And it's not the Animorphs asking for help. Help me. I tried to get up. There was a body lying on me, Hork-Bajir. His wrist blade was jammed against my side. I tried to lift up with all 4 legs. Lift the dead thing off me, but I only had 3 legs. My left hind leg lay across the bright lit floor, a curiosity, a macabre relic, tiger's paw. I tried to slide. That was better. The floor was wood, highly polished, slick with blood, animal, alien, human. I reached out with my 2 front paws, extended the claws, and dug them into the wood. They didn't catch at first, but then my right tiger paw chewed wood and I gained traction.
Help. Please help me.
I dragged myself slowly, carefully, gingerly out from beneath the bladed alien. The pain in the missing leg was intense. Don't let anyone ever tell you animals don't feel pain. I've been a lot of animals. Mostly they feel pain.
Mostly they feel pain.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Not getting bugs.
Well, I mean, like, hey, you know what? I don't think a cockroach feels pain.
Oh.
Yeah, and whales don't. We know that.
They're too smart for it.
Yeah.
They outthink the pain.
They do, but it's just in all caps just says pain.
So Jake crawls out from under this alien he's killed to a wounded man, and the wounded man just says, I'm cold, help me, the voice called. And Jake probably he doesn't. He says, why don't you crawl out of that person's head so they can do their last act as a free human? And it's like, fuck me, this book means business.
Well, it just shows that Jake is tired, right?
Yeah,
Jake
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's this exhausted Jake.
He's done with it. He's done with this war.
Fucking
he's done
done
with
with
everything. And he's just like, listen, I'm not here to do you a favor, okay?
Yeah. Oh, another Yerk dying in a broken human body that it tried to fight against a fucking zoo.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course you're dying, you idiot. Just get out of the head so he can die in peace.
And he's like, please just give me a blanket. The pain. Can't you help me? Cold, help me. Come on, Jake. It was Marco. He'd remorphed to Osprey this time. We needed to escape. The air was our surest way out. Grow wings and fly. Fly and put it all behind us. Pretty soon we'd be joking, laughing, trying anything that would make us forget what we'd seen, what we'd done. Help. Let's go, I said. I demorphed out of sight of the doomed controller. Then I grew falcon's wings and flew out through a window Rachel opened with her fist. Just an incredible chapter 1. Mm-hmm. Strong start.
Notice something
and then the
missing.
book just goes uphill from there.
Yeah. Notice something missing from this chapter 1.
No introduction of who they are, what they're
Right?
doing, what their deal is.
That's why it's such a good cold open. Yeah. This is the beginning of season 8 or whatever. You know, you've already watched this fucking show. You know what's going on.
We know that Bruce Wayne's parents are dead. Like, let's move on. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
Uncle Ben died. We get it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man should have helped him.
Exactly.
You know,
And, I mean, really, if they didn't recap that every issue, Batman might be able to move on. He'd get the help he needed. He keeps talking. He keeps reliving that trauma. You can't just relive your trauma.
I think Jake is going to get the help
Let
he
me
needs.
have a big, nice drink of alcohol. No.
I think Jake is going to get the help that he needs in the form of just a nice vacation, a nice escape. Let's just lean back and get some deals.
He's going to go home, get a nice, comfortable, easy night of sleep.
That's right. And then the deals goblin shows up. I love the deals goblin, a.k.a. the Drode.
The Drode. Nate, how do you feel about this Drode character?
We've seen him how many times? Twice at this point?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a Drode.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like his
I was
physical...
asking the other Nate, but that's fine.
Shit.
I even started talking, and then I was
did.
like, oh, no, wait, it must be the other one.
I'm going to call you...
Nate's such an uncommon name. So, Tyler, you're probably used to people going, hey, Tyler, and meaning somebody else. Nate is really uncommon.
Yeah, it is.
Just call me Trash.
When someone says...
All right, you're trash now.
Just call me Trash.
Right.
It's like, hey, just, there's...
Trash, Nate's trying to talk.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So, Trash, you were saying you like the Drode, but you don't like the physical description of the Drode.
I wish I got a little bit more. Purple tiny dinosaur is not like what I would think. An evil purple, I like that little comment of just like it's an evil hue of purple. But, I kind of want something a bit more ethereal about him. He just seems too the great Gazoo at this point.
Nate, what do you think of the Drode?
I really think he's shitty and I hate him, for one. But, I mean, it gives me like a very mundane, like kind of Gollum-y vibe.
Yeah.
Where if the Kryak is Sauron is like this unknowable evil, but that has to be communicated through like just this shitty little this little fucking gremlin that you can like actually feel and go,
evil
okay, no, it's
purple
just a
Deals
little
goblin.
asshole.
Here comes the fucking deals goblin ready to give you a twisted deal. And
This I do want to. I made a note in this particular book. He felt a lot like the mouth of Sauron.
Yeah.
Which, if you've seen the extended editions, is just gross.
Ooh.
I mean,
If you haven't seen it, it's fine.
I have. I don't know if Nate has.
No, I don't think. I don't remember it.
Nate doesn't watch movies.
I hate movies.
Sorry, Trash doesn't watch movies.
That's right. But like the thing also I'll mention before we get to the deal is that, like, you know, as the messenger of evil, I feel that like he's making too many decisions. This doesn't feel like it is a message from Kryak. It's more of just like the Drode just kind of got bored one day. You know, I was like, hey, let's just fuck with Jake a little bit, right? And we know that's not the case later on. We figure out what happens, but right here, right now, he just feels like he feels like a cartoon villain, like the TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for all you cool kids.
Yeah, for kids not in the know, there were these turtles that were ninja teenagers.
He feels
and
like
mutants.
Yeah. He has this Shredder vibe about him currently, where he's just like, curses. It's just like, no, like, you know, he needs to be a little bit more evil.
So, you've come at last, Hamato Yoshi. Here I am. But am I here? Or here? I could be anywhere, even right behind you.
Turn up that evil dial. But let's talk about his deal.
Yeah, the Faustian It's a Wonderful Life deal.
I mean, they're essentially the same story, Faust and It's a Wonderful Life. Who's to say?
Who can say? It's like poetry. It rhymes. So the Drode offers Jake, he's like, okay, if you never want to be an Animorph, we can make that happen. Have I got a deal for you? Dealing Drode's deals. All you have to do is say, Kryak, please.
And Jake's not having it initially. He's just like, yeah, just go back to Kryak. I'm tired. I'm done with,
Right.
You can't tempt me. And he's like, yeah, I can. Look at you.
Yeah. It's like, I could take this all away. You would never have to deal with this. The guilt, the weight, none of it. All off your shoulders in an instant. All you have to do is say 2 words. And so he says, what 2 words?
Yeah, like, and that's where, like, he gives up, right? Because before he's saying hard nose, hard nose, hard nose. But then he's just like, that little bit of curiosity pops in, right? And that is the gateway drug for the Drode to kind of just like weasel his way in for Jake, not even to say the words, but to think it. Mm-hmm. Or at least that's what I think is implied at the end here, right? Which is,
I wanted to say no. I wanted to say no. I wanted.
Yeah.
And then it ends. And
the Kryak works off the same rules as Catholicism.
Yeah.
If you thought it, you've done it. Yeah.
Oh man, I've done so much stuff to so many.
Oh yeah, we're not Catholic.
Oh.
None of us is Catholic.
No, I just mean in general. I've done so much stuff to so many people.
Okay, not by the rule. I got you.
Oh no. Oh God.
Never mind thinking.
I'm not sorry. I'm not Catholic. So it's a nice, delicious little piece of assholery, and that he makes Jake say please.
Well, so do you think that Jake says it, or does he think it? Like, does he actually say, like, please, Kryak?
I mean, I think he said it.
Yeah, all right.
I think they made him say it.
No, I don't think so.
I think he was just, the temptation was there enough that the Drodes saw that as permission and just kind of went in, So day one.
Day one.
We cut to Cassie at the mall, doing their mall thing. Like, oh, I'm here with Rachel. She's so pretty and perfect all the time. We're just shopping. Oh, there's that cute boy I like.
So now we get the
No, hold on, though.
Okay.
We got to back up.
Go for it.
There's a point that is, I don't want to gloss over, and that's that Rachel, they do a really good job of highlighting all the strengths that we've come to like know each of the Animorphs for. Mm-hmm. So Rachel is strategizing like crazy.
Yeah.
The whole shopping trip, she's like, oh, the fucking sweater from the Gap matches the jeans at Express, and we can go over there and get, this sale and that sale combined to make this, and she's doing a lot of like war thinking. And going like also when she's moving through crowds later, she's kind of doing stuff like that.
Well, yeah, like the hunt for clothes, which I kind of get as as
probably the best metaphor for it.
Yeah, like as a deals goblin myself, I do kind of like the thrill of like finding that good deal. Like I was on the hunt for a PS5 recently, and I got it because I'm the fucking deals goblin.
Let's
just talk about shopping for the rest of this episode.
But like
boys be shopping. Everybody,
like,
it is the Christmas episode. Capitalism's in vogue.
Like it's not just girls that be shopping; boys also be shopping. And like like when I get like that deals, I'm on the hunt, and like there's a nice satisfaction when I finally get a hold of something, and Rachel's kind of expressing that here. Now, is that that alternate timeline Rachel leaking in a little bit? Maybe. But I think that is just like, oh, Rachel was always like this. Right? Rachel was always on the hunt for shit.
And she even Cassie makes comments like Rachel's always been above it all, like she's waiting for something more important to happen. And that's we see that right away from Rachel in these books anyway. She naturally excelled at this adventure shit. It's great. I love her.
And like, spoiler for later, she doesn't change. The alternate timeline, she's just Rachel always.
Well, she changes a little bit.
Oh,
She gets-
no,
yeah,
not
she-
at all.
No,
She changes in
She
that
makes
she can't.
one major blunder in this.
yeah, I was
issue
going to
that
say she
doesn't-
changes by getting cut in half.
Well, let's get to the blunder.
Oh, okay. So 2 major blunders. Sorry.
I don't know, getting cut in half, I feel like, is a Rachel move.
Let's get the blunder counter going. I hope these ghostwriters got fired. Oh, wait. No ghostwriters for this one.
This isn't ghost written. No.
Nope. This
This is OGKA.
is all them. And honestly, you can tell because this is a great, like, this book is written very well.
I think they were
I kind
itching.
of feel like, I was going to say, I think that this one was so damn good because they were sitting on their hands waiting. Like
Yeah.
they had a little time to breathe. And then, I don't know. Who do you think wrote the first chapter?
Oh, boy.
You think it was Michael or Catherine? Because I really think it was Michael.
I do too.
I don't think she writes many of the fight scenes. I think that the tone is pretty consistent with them.
No,
and-
I disagree. I think there's probably a lot that she writes, but the ones that she writes are like, I hit a Hork-Bajir. I hated it. I hated having to punch this lovely creature.
Right.
And Michael Grant's just like, yeah, I fucking killed him. I shot him in the face. And then I shot his corpse 3 times just for the fuck of it.
It was easier to crawl on the ground on my worthless paw than it's.
I don't know.
I think he wrote that. I do.
Kathy Apples is a fantastic author, but I don't think that she can pull off the kind of
There's a certain appreciation
gravitas
of
that's in the
war
first one.
that
Yeah.
Michael Grant has. You know, like
Is it an appreciation for war? Or is it just anger? This is just pinup rage.
Yeah, it's the white male rage they keep telling us about. Someone's like, "Hey, Tyler, you want to go
Never
to
heard of it.
rage room?" I said, "I'm a white dude. The rage room's in my heart."
The world is my rage room.
It's like, come on, man.
So then we get like the introduction of the boys, right? You know, and that first episode of the TV show where they
Yep.
all meet up at the mall, and there's this loser kid Tobias.
just
He's
gloms
unknown
on.
to me. I don't care. Yeah,
And then
Some dude.
we get our
doofus.
our nasty little white person writing about race stuff, where Rachel knows that Cassie has a crush on Jake, but Cassie's worried that Jake may not like her because Cassie's African American. She asks Rachel, "Rachel, do you think your cousin cares that I'm African American?"
Well, we got to quote it.
That's it, isn't it?
Here we go.
That's what Cassie says, and then
Yeah.
Rachel
All right.
says, well, you go ahead.
I asked her once, "Do you think that he's okay with me being African American and all?"
She said, "Cassie, I've known Jake all my life. Believe me, he doesn't know you're black. That's how little he would care. Jake is the one guy out of 1,000 who really does care about who you are, not what you look like."
All right, so like, let's lay down how kind of shitty this is. He doesn't even notice that you're black. Like, he is not seeing it on purpose because he knows that it would make you feel bad for being black, right?
Yes, the 90s progressive liberal mind.
Yes, but in the 90s, this was extremely good.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're normal. You're
wanna
not black.
I want to give them some credit for trying,
Yeah.
at least.
God.
I mean, like, yeah, like
It hurts my feelings to just tear them down every time.
Yes.
They're like, listen, in 1997, we are the most liberal, progressive people you could possibly get. Leftists didn't even fucking exist in the 90s, so forget about it. If you were liberal, you were great.
Those
And
conversations
it's like
were not happening.
someone saying like he doesn't even see race is like, oh, okay, cool, he's a good guy. It's not the same as if you say that now. That's like, whoa.
Yeah,
what do
now-
you mean? You're fucking erasing who they are? That's fucked up.
Like-
that's different.
Their hearts are in the right place, and I commend them
Yes.
for trying. But
Yes.
ooh boy, reading some of this, it's like, oh man, this shit was just
Yeah.
out there.
It's just I want that asterisk to be there. That, like,
Right.
Yeah, this is like gross to look at now, but
I
I
feel
don't know, when I read this, I was like, oh, Jake's all right.
yeah, I mean
I was
that's-
also 13, so there's that. But you know,
that's what they're going for, but really I feel like I just read critical race theory up in this gosh dang book. They got
Not in my fucking America.
I mean, they could also just had not said anything.
Well, yeah, but
Maybe like, you know.
You know what's weird? It's like I didn't even know Cassie was black till the first Cassie book came out.
Yeah.
Because they never talked about it. And then for some reason in this book it comes up. And I'm like, and they're flashing back to book 1. And I'm like,
Right.
well, why did you even...
Well, the secret is that she's not really black because she's written by
a white person, yeah.
by consistently white people, and there's just no indication of any blackness unless somebody, unless like some like, guy from the university shows up is like, oh, look at this, and then just like polar bear mode, right? These things are. And I think here's my real qualm about it. It's not necessarily like their hearts because their hearts is in the right place, but also there's some back pattedness to that I don't appreciate. Which is that, like, yeah, like I'm doing a good thing for the black community. And I've done it. Look at me address this situation. No, like color doesn't matter here at the Animorphs, and that makes me feel good. And it's just like you're not thinking about it, really. Like there's no engagement with the conversation. And while yes, that it was the dialogue at the time, the dialogue at the time sucked, and they kind of went along with it. Yeah. So.
And
I'm not pretending that it doesn't. I just
No.
I don't want to just damn them for period. I'd like to damn them with an asterisk.
How come all the race talk happens in Megamorphs? Because the whole using the N-word was in a Megamorphs. Because
they write the Megamorphs, and if I'm a ghostwriter, guess what? I'm not touching.
Nope. I'm getting the paycheck and I'm leaving.
Yeah, Michael Grant's like, I know exactly what we're going to tackle in this book. Jake doesn't even see race.
Whoa, okay. Good point, Jake.
Just calls in from the living room like, hey, I'm going to talk about race in this one.
What do you think we should...
Yeah, I guess.
What do you think should happen to them all? Oh, Jake can't see race.
Oh.
So, yeah, there's that. They give each other shit, and then they decide not to walk through the construction site at night and never become Animorphs.
They see a weird meteorite, like, oh, what's that thing in the sky? Who cares?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go home. That's
almost. Except maybe this is what you were about to say. I don't know if I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
We get the first example of Cassie being temporally anchored.
Yeah, that's true.
Where she's like, "Oh, I felt weird. Something felt weird."
Yeah, probably it's because the boy you like doesn't see you as a human.
I could have swore I heard that meteorite scream. Oh well.
Huh.
Oh, that's fine.
That's weird.
Wonder what's happening over there. Oh well, time to go home and have chili.
It's time to think about Jake holding my hand.
Which,
Aww. Tobias, day 7.
Day 7. Da-da-da.
I woke up. Great, another day. The couch I was sleeping in was saggy in the middle and smelled of cigarette smoke. But my uncle had gotten drunk and passed on the floor in my room, so I took the couch. It was okay. At least that way I could watch TV while I slept. Making the best out of a bad situation, Tobias.
It's this... I mean, I don't know how y'all grew up, but I have lived like this before. This is fucking accurate.
Well, and the thing is, too, like, we've always gotten, like, hints. We know about Tobias's home situation. I think the last time we talked about it was learned he was a time child book. But, like, this paints a way vivid picture.
Yeah, there have been comments. This is... Oh boy, not good. Like
the cigarette smoke and the belt marks on my back, really.
And the uncle coming in drunk to the bedroom's like, I got you a dog, but I got hungry and I ate it. The daddy drank.
Right. My uncle also doesn't buy a lot of stuff for me. I'm what you would have to call a low priority in his life, right? Like, it's just like this whole chapter is just like, we really need to bring home how much Tobias just hates the universe.
Yeah, and the universe hates Tobias.
Right.
And he talks about how, the food's better at my aunt's, but she doesn't let me go to school. I just do chores for her all day. It's like, oh, so you get to be completely neglected or live in servitude. What choices? It's fantastic.
Right.
Weird how you accidentally became a bird.
It's this, honestly... That's when I knew this was a good book, because reading this chapter, it's like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh, this is authentic. And then he talks about getting bullied by Andy and Tap Tap.
Right. And, well, what I think this is? It's like pent up energy from KA and Michael Grant of like, they had notes for the ghostwriters that maybe were being addressed, maybe weren't being addressed. And they're like, no, we really need to reestablish something here. Tobias is an abused child, both at home and at school. Right. Like they felt like, because, I kind of felt that too, is that Tobias was being flattened out a little bit in previous books. He just became wise bird. And like, you know, that's not who this character is. This character is somebody who his life is pain.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no escape from that pain. There's no escape at home. There's no escape at school.
And there were 40 books into this series. They have the leeway to point out how awful it really was. Maybe in the early books, they couldn't really show that because, like, oh, fresh new book for kids. Can't have anything too dark. Ha ha, got your ass, Scholastic.
Right.
Now this one, it's like, my uncle fell asleep drunk in my bedroom and I have to sleep on the cigarette couch. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, so Nate, like, what was your reaction when you read this chapter? Like, how did you feel about Tobias?
I have one very specific note, which is Tobias. I woke up, great, another day. Tobias looks at camera. And then just Tobias's home life sucked. And then the rest of it was just, fuck, like, everything. Even when he gets help, it's not help.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why Jake coming in and going, hey, man, don't do that, was such a huge momentous thing because someone finally stepped up for him.
Yeah.
But even, like, the note I have for, so in a little bit, he's getting his ass kicked in the bathroom, like, proper 90s ass whooping.
Yes.
Where you're actually, maybe I'll die. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And
like a kidney punch, like an actual, like, full
full
force.
Head in the toilet underwater. Yeah.
Boot into the stomach. Yeah.
Like, he's getting his ass beat. This is not just like, I'm giving this kid a noogie.
Yeah, they're not just pushing him around. This is like injury.
Right. Because, like, honestly, like, that's what being bullied is. Like, they just beat the shit out of you.
Yep.
Right? And
I don't know. I did more of the beating.
Your ass kicked in middle school. Let's talk about it.
I was too tall. I wanted to get bullied, but then that just turned into a sexual thing later.
I was really tall, and I still got my ass kicked. It's fine. Hey, we just saw you get your ass beat and did nothing to help. Join our cult. That's the note I have for when the fucking sharing shows up in the bathroom.
They're letting this kid like lay on the floor crying, head covered in toilet water. They just drop the sharing card. He's like, hey, come check us out.
Yeah.
hey, why didn't his new friends, notice that he was having trouble? His new friend Jake and his new friend Marco.
Because they're not
They
friends.
were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They're not friends anymore. Like, they didn't become friends.
Yeah, because...
So,
oh, go ahead.
I had another note, actually, that this chapter, there's some specific wording, and maybe I can find it in a second, that makes it sound like that last night at the mall, like last night, or a week ago at this point.
Week ago, yeah.
Day 7, was the night Tobias would have stopped hanging around Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little paragraph at the end of the page here. I hung around with him for a while. He's talking about Jake. I hung around with him for a while. Totally lame on my part. Jake has a best friend who doesn't like me, I don't think. After a while, it was kind of obvious that I wasn't going to be part of that circle of friends. So why were you at the mall with them? Was that that must have been the night that he went, oh, these guys don't like me. I'm going to stop doing this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I imagine
Which
so.
Which means in the AU, he must have had that same thought, or was leading up to that. Or, sorry, not the AU, the actual universe.
Yeah.
the actual universe.
He must have had that same thought, and then there was an alien, and they learned how to morph, and he became a bird. And now he's stuck with these assholes because he can't go make other friends.
He tried to make a friend once, and she died.
The last time he tried to make a friend, I got stuck as a fucking bird, so...
No, it's like, these Tobias chapters are the hardest ones to read in this book.
They're really bad.
Well,
I saw your tweet, and I know we're going to get to it, but...
Oh, yeah, we'll get to it.
They're real. And in comes... who actually hands him the card?
It's just some guy.
Some guy.
I don't think it's Bill.
Not even Bill.
No, it's
just some douchebag.
Yep. Another yerk.
Just a random card that says the sharing. It's like, oh,
Right.
cool, okay.
That's when we cut...
Which, did you picture it as very Men in Black, where it doesn't have any other information on it? It just says the sharing?
Yes, I did.
I mean, like, that's the way it's written.
But
Like,
no
it
address, no number.
It just says, it read the sharing on it. I'm like, okay. It doesn't have, like, a cool graphic and kids having fun with a basketball. No, it
Nope.
just says the sharing
Just-
on it.
The off-white color. The subtle watermark.
Is this bitch embossed? Oh my god.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
Beautiful. Then we cut to Cassie, who's having stress dreams.
Yeah.
She's freaking out, man.
She's waking up in the middle of the night, and, like, I've done that. When I'm stressed out, I just go out and stare at a fridge, look at that ice cream. Hello, Ben. Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
No, what if Jake was asking me out because of my thighs? Cassie, you're better than this.
God, I hated that. I hated that so much, because, for one, I have a 12-year-old daughter, and I'm like, please tell me you're not doing this kind of shit when you don't eat. Because she hates eating,
Right.
She just does. I don't know why. And every time she's like, yeah, I'm full. I'm like, fuck, are you really? Or is this a fucking problem I gotta find out about?
I mean, you probably just got to trust them. I think eating with children and eating.
Tyler's parenting corner.
Here we go. Tyler's
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to start like
Parent
a parenting
of,
session. I was just
I've done a
saying
lot
how
of
much I hate
research
that
and
spot.
books I've read about parenting.
Oh, good.
I think.
Can you explain it to me?
No.
He's a parent of an old dog. That counts.
I am a parent of an old dog. I don't know. Just let your kids eat. Don't make them. Don't force anything.
Force the
Oh,
kids
we
to
don't.
eat. Treat them like
No, I didn't think you did.
treat them like foie gras.
No, it's just something
Put a
I
funnel in
think.
their
It's
mouth.
like a lot of parents force food on children. It's like, it's fucking human. Let it eat till it's done. Who cares?
It?
Yeah, human.
Wow. Thanks for
Maybe
being
that's
so,
why I'm not a parent.
normal and normal about my kid.
Yeah.
Appreciate
It's
that.
it. Let it eat. Look, these pronouns these days, I don't know what they're saying. Can you imagine being one of those guys?
Cassie's mind wanders off and she wakes in the barn.
Yeah.
She's in a fugue state right now. She's just like, mind wandering. Wait, why am I in the barn? Oh, the smells of what?
Yeah.
Huh?
And she's
Did
here.
she? It
she-
felt like a conscious decision. Like she was going to go out there because she thought it would clear her head.
Well, yeah, that's I suppose.
Yeah. And she starts hearing a voice, a feeling. Doesn't know exactly what's happening. Our girl's losing it just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And as the reader, we know that, like, hey, she's remembering the Animorphs.
Yeah. We're like, oh, hold on, what's happening?
she's having the dreams that she had in book 4.
Yeah.
She's having the same books of Axe trapped under the waves.
Uh-huh.
Only in book 4, they had some context for it, and she was like, I think this is an Andalite. Now she's like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, I forgot that she had a psychic connection. Like, she heard the
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, this is all very Magic Black Girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
thank
whole-
God
the
he
whole
brought
book
it
is
up
a
because
lot
I
of
was going to be like, at the end of this book, they discover she's an actual magic black girl.
Like, man, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And but it's temporally grounded is one thing, and then like also, but don't forget she had those magic space monster dreams.
And
Yeah.
she talked to whales, and like, there's in those beginning books, like, she was magic.
Yeah.
And like, they kind of forgot to talk about it for like 20 books, which
But no, Michael Grant remembers.
Well, Michael
Except
Grant.
every time they were like, one of us is a really good morpher, bet you can't guess who. Yeah.
Jesus. We love
No, it's
black girl
Cassie.
magic.
Jesus isn't in the team.
We do not like magic black girl. I think that covers us. Now we cut to Axe, day 10.
Axe also in a great mental state.
Yeah. Axe losing his fucking shit.
He's building friends.
I have bundled these sticks together into the shape of a Hork-Bajir that I may continue my training.
No, I've made real Hork-Bajir out of sticks.
How dare you talk ill of Stick Brother?
He's
Stick Halpack. That's
no, he's sending his message out. He's like, well, I guess nobody's coming. Oh well. Huh. My brain's not
Time to-
working too good. I better keep an eye on that.
He's building friends in the guise of, like, attack decoy dummies that he's fighting off. He's trying to, like, keep himself together, but he knows that he's just like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, everyone's probably dead. I'm gonna keep training. I cut that thing's head off. I thought, can't really trust my brain anymore. Oh well, this Warren's
address
thought.
actually that one scene? Why the fuck was that scene there?
Which scene?
I thought I cut that head off. How's it back on
Because it's a look at what isolation does to the ego and the mind.
Is
what I
that
thought.
it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, he's completely
Okay.
isolated and cut off from everyone with no
there?
hope of survival.
Every other weird, inexplicable vision in this is something about either the timeline breaking down or Cassie having a memory. Everything else in the book.
No, this is just him kind
Cassie's not there. There's no reason for the timeline to break down about a fucking stick bundle.
No, like,
Okay, but you're right. Maybe it's just all work and no play makes Axe a crazy boy.
it's that. And you know why I think it's intentional? Because he ends up in a fucking lunatic asylum to study humans. Like,
flying over the cuckoo's nest.
yeah. And he's like consciously, he's like, isolation does weird things to my head. Oh, well.
He's like,
I'll make a note of that.
it. Yeah, he makes a note of it.
Yeah.
The nerd is just like, all right, this is in my diary. I'm going crazy. Okay. Interesting. So he notices the sharks, which I love the name that he has for the sharks.
Blue Blade.
Oh man, we should just
Isn't
rename
that later,
sharks.
though?
Well, that's what he calls it, but Blue Blade.
Yeah.
We may be cutting ahead a little bit.
No.
but,
A little bit, yeah. I had a list of them because I want to know what we think those are.
Okay, so here.
There's Big Mouth, Runny Eyes, Swimming Bird, and then Blue Blade.
Also, you just described everyone on this podcast.
Runny
which one am I?
Eyes?
I'm Swimming Bird.
I'm Big Mouth. Nate, you're Runny
fair.
Eyes.
I don't want to be runny eyes.
Because you're crying.
What is a runny eye?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, what
I
kind of
wanna know
animal
what
is
fish
that?
these are.
Like
Like,
Mouth,
Big
I
Mouth
get.
could be
Yeah, Big
fucking
Mouth
that's a
makes
bass
sense.
or something. Fine.
Yeah. Big Mouth Billy
Runny
Bass.
eyes?
Michael
How can you
Grant
tell his eyes are runny underwater?
Michael Grant just smoking weeds like, man, that fish got runny eyes.
Oh, that bird's swimming. I don't know.
But he has a decision to make whether or not he's going to leave, and he's just like, decide soon, I told myself. The isolation is having a psychological effect. Day 21.
Tobias.
Really quick, too. I just wanted to point out that it's fantastic to have Axe's perspective
Yeah.
this early on in the
Yes.
story, because otherwise we didn't get it till after he'd already met everybody.
No,
But I love this. There's a lot of notes of like, I don't know who the dominant species is. I don't know how far I am from land. I don't know anything.
I wanted, yeah.
There's just a lot of good notes.
Yeah, the axe section of this book, they own.
Yeah, and
they
I
knocked it out of the park.
Right. I
There's
wanted
like a lot of interesting detail that we didn't ever get any other way.
Well, now in the hindsight, they know what the story was. They can go back and do this. Like, oh yeah, this rules.
Right, yeah, things that they thought about earlier. Like, I wanted more like Ford Prefect moments where he goes up and he tries to handshake
Yes!
a car or something.
Yes, I had the same thought.
Yeah, like
I
you
thought
know,
cars were the dominant species. Axe thought it was cows because they look kind of like him. And that's that Andalite bullshit.
well, later, let's get to it. We're gonna get to that chapter.
okay. Sorry.
Next, we get a good day in the life of Tobias, playing pool with Bill, talking about the sharing.
Oh, Bill's so
Is
cool.
this his best day ever?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
This is definitely his best day ever. He's
found
got a
a big
cool leather
brother.
jacket on. Yeah.
you know, he's learning pool. He's not great at it, but like, you know, who's not judging him?
Not Bill.
Not Bill.
Not Bill.
Yeah,
Bill's
Bill-
too busy teaching him how to hit the cue ball and line up his angles and then figure out how to conquer the world.
Man, Bill's such a cool youth pastor. He's not like the other dry pastor. He gets it. You know, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm not
really does.
gonna tell you you're awesome, but dude, you got potential. You know,
And it's working on Tobias.
yeah,
It's working.
yeah.
He even says, I wanted to ask why. Why would any bunch of people want to get together to help me play pool or whatever? I mean, what did they get out of it? But that was just me being cynical. That was me thinking the whole world was like my uncle. It was possible that some people were just nice, right? So they're selling this poor kid like, you just be nice to him.
And it's so sad because your brain is saying, yes, there are nice people out there, Tobias.
There are nice people.
just not Bill.
Not these ones.
Just not this
So
one.
that's interesting that was your takeaway, because what I learned from this book is that there are no nice people. if they treat you like a human, they're trying to do something.
Well, if they're too nice, they want something. And Bill's being a little bit too nice.
Just a little too nice.
But like Tobias ain't seeing it because like, you know, he is that hurt puppy, and then like a little bit of attention, he's just sold on this person.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
And I will say that it's pretty well written because, like, oh yeah, he is hearing some true good stuff about himself. Like,
Right.
You're giving hope to the hopeless, but in your brain, you know, there's something that's going to be in his brain.
Right. And like, you know, that harkens back to his and Rachel's relationship where he just doesn't believe it, really. And like this chapter ends really well, and he said like when he
it
thinks
does.
about it.
They
Right.
go to the sharing meeting.
Right.
And they see Jake because Tom's getting like world's best Big Brother award or whatever at the sharing because he's, you know,
Boy of the year, I think.
yeah, boy of the year.
Boy of the year. Let's hear it for the boy of the year.
Tom, boy of the year. Tom, boy of the year.
What a great
Lawyer
ceremony.
of the year. But it's fine.
It says, that's why we're called the sharing, the speaker said. Together we achieve happiness, fulfillment, meaning, together, holding each other up, supporting each other, working together to overcome individual weaknesses, individual failing, and pain, and hurt. It sounded good, I guess. I kept watching Jake. I don't know why. I don't think he knew I was there. I guess it was pathetic, but I thought if he was a member and I was a member, somehow, some way, stupid thought, lame idea, but somehow I could become him and not me, have his life and not mine. It's like, oh, fuck me.
Yep.
A nice chapter ending with that little gut punch. I had that thought so many fucking times, like growing up. It's like, I just want to be them. Can I just be someone else?
Right.
Like that's hard. There's some hard ass shit in this book.
And this book is balanced out really well because it's like, all right, here's a gut punch, and now here comes Marco.
Yeah, saying, hey, you should have sex with me, Rachel.
Right. And we get like a fun chapter afterwards,
Yeah.
right? Like it really balances the highs and lows, right? So here comes Marco. Marco is just like sliding in, being cool.
It's intentionally off-putting, and I think that's why it is a greatly written book.
Yeah.
Because you never know what the fuck is coming next. Because what comes next is Marco hitting on Rachel at a fucking planetarium.
I mean, yeah. As you do when you're in like junior high school. Like when else are you going to hang out with Rachel? Right?
And Marco realizes something. It's that women can be pretty and smart.
Congrats, Marco.
He realizes that after a whole lot of very predatory language.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not
About
condoning
her-
Marco.
She's trapped, and I can talk to her now because she can't get away.
Yep.
That's fucked up, buddy.
Because of the implications.
Yeah.
Answer obviously is no.
No,
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
She has to because of the implication. No, like it's wild to me that we can read this book and it's like, oh yeah, this is predatory and awful. But you try to tell someone hitting on a server or a barista that they're doing that same exact shit, they do not put it together.
Well, you know what? I would go as far as to say like it's a real book, and junior high boys suck. They're awful. They're monsters.
And some of them don't grow up.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's where we're going. Some of them do not grow up.
Alternate universe, Marco, you are done. But something does happen here. We see a little bit of growth because Rachel realizes something about Marco. There's some sort of connection.
They're smart.
Rachel sees like, oh, Marco's kind of smart because Marco sees something in the crowd at this IMAX theater or whatever.
Yeah. He sees his mom.
He sees mother.
Mommy.
And she's like, I gotta go. Sorry, Rachel. I'll get back with you later, but I gotta go. And Rachel's just like, what the fuck? You were all over me just like a second ago. Then we cut over to Rachel. Oh, sorry, no.
No, we go to Axe.
Ah.
They do that. It's off-putting. They get you so fucking hooked. It's so good.
I was about to lean into that next scene, but like, no, we go to Axe.
Yeah. And it's great that it does that because the next chapter starts with, it took a great deal of patience, days of patience. The book knows what it's doing to you.
Patience for what?
He was preparing to capture a shark.
Not a shark, a blue blade.
A blue blade. He wants to capture the blue blade.
The one made of triangles.
So I have a minor note or question, I guess. What kind of shark do you think it is?
I mean, it's got to be great white, right?
I mean, like all sharks.
Do you remember what he got in the first book?
I don't.
The first time around?
No.
Wasn't it a hammerhead?
No, hammerheads were later. He has the other shark morph.
Yeah, like it's.
Oh, he's got two shark morphs.
He does. Yeah.
I guess I never.
I think he does.
The hammerheads you're right. That's the Lyran shit.
Oh man,
they show up as dolphins.
The Animorphs fans are yelling at us right now. Ha ha, nerds! We don't remember, and you can't make us.
No, I remember a couple things. They show up as dolphins, right? And it's notable that Axe shows up as a shark.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, no, he just goes ahead and morphs a fucking shark, and Marco's like, "Hey, what?
How did you get that?" It's like, oh, I got it earlier. This is how he gets it. So I guess like this happens no matter what. Right?
Yes.
So
yeah, I guess my question, because I thought it had been a hammerhead before, was like, why did they change this in the AU? But they didn't. I'm just an idiot.
We're all very smart. We're taking no notes, by the way, listeners.
You know who's not smart? Axe. He should have got that runny eyes.
Yeah.
Nobody suspects the runny eyes.
Probably a... Fuck, I don't know. What is that?
Name a fish that cries. It's me, the Riddler.
Puzzle, I quiz you a quiz. Gonna keep you guessing like nobody's business. I'm a whiz, and my name is the Riddler. Riddle me this.
No one's solving that one.
So Axe, like, there's a good scene here where Axe somehow manages to lure, like, let's say great white. It makes sense. Like, he lures in a great white. Because it's a big nasty shark, and he's like, this thing's real angry. I need to figure out how to, like, so he lowers the water down a little bit, so it's like kind of, it can only like swim in 2 dimensions. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna jump in and try to hug it. Does not work. He gets a bit, just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bite out of his haunch. And he's like, all right, I need to think about this further. Oh, Axe, you idiot. By the way, he is talking to himself.
He is. Yep.
He does make note of that. Like, I really need to get out of here. I'm just talking to myself this entire time. Which
Oh no, he was like I long ago recognized the importance of solipsism or something. I don't know. He was
there's a word I guess for talking to yourself.
some Andalite bullshit.
Thoughtfulism.
He's a,
What, solipsism? That's a word.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think it means the same thing as what I'm trying to say.
No, it.
Well, and
I
also
just said masturbation or something. I don't know.
yeah, it is defensive acts though. I talk to myself all the goddamn time.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Me too.
It's
Full blown arguments in the car. Yeah.
right. It shows I have a strong inner monologue. Is the way I justify
So it
that.
is.
I don't know.
I just yell all the slurs I can't say in public.
Yeah, just
Wow.
get it out.
No.
Holy shit.
Let's hear them.
Learned something new about Tyler today.
Hey, I'm not saying them to people.
You saying him to the
I
universe.
say I look in the mirror and I. No.
They're not people. They're just my Uber passengers.
I got the divider up.
So he finally figures out, like, oh yeah, I can just like, make a tight rectangle of force field around this thing and
Yeah.
just touch it. Idiot. Dummy.
Hold on, there's a dog biting my foot. Birdie. Yeah, then we get to go back to Rachel.
Back to Rachel.
And she's like,
there was one moment in chapter 9 where he has a fantasy that if he could, Elfangor would be creating a guerrilla force that would be able to take out the Years.
well,
Which is a really great little wink.
Yeah, it's like we've seen that guerrilla force before and it didn't work out so well.
there's an actual
Who was
gorilla
it?
in it.
I don't know who that is.
No, I was talking about the Hork-Bajir Chronicles.
Oh,
They also made a
Oh.
guerrilla force and it didn't work out so well.
So he gets a couple tries. It's fine.
yeah.
Wait, that was Aldrea. No, wait, hold on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Andalites as a whole, they get a couple whoopsies and eventually they'll make that great guerrilla army.
Yeah, you either
Yeah, you're right.
inflict Andalite foreign policy or you have it inflicted upon you.
But you know what? Let's go to Rachel.
We're going to Rachel. She doesn't know why she followed Marco, but she did.
Yeah, well, because like he's freaking out. It's like my mother, and like, didn't your mother die? We had that weird assembly at school to kind of say like, let's be nice to Marco.
Yeah, everyone be nice to Marco for a week.
And
Andy, tap tap, we're looking at you.
Andy and Tap Tap.
Oh, come on, let's beat his little ass.
Andy and Tap Tap. No, Marco's mom is dead, but she's not. And Rachel's just like, what the fuck? All right, so I'm gonna follow Marco and help him out here in this chase.
And Rachel is smelling blood in the water, as it were. It's like, ooh, a chase.
Right.
I could do this.
And she notices Rachel notices that Marco is good at the chase.
Yes.
There's a connection here.
Yeah, because she's like, where do we find this woman? And Marco's like, look for the one person going the wrong direction. And that's when Rachel's like, oh, he's smart.
He's a smart little guy.
He's a smart little fucker. And so they...
Well, here, let's quote it. All right, I told myself, the boy can focus. Which, by the way, the boy is pretty great.
She makes a note to herself that she didn't know why she was chasing him. She just liked to be chasing something.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Which is another good allusion to her hunting bullshit.
It's this... She's coming alive.
Yep.
And
well, like the hunting instinct kicks in here, where she's like, okay, where did Marco's mom go? Because it looks like she doesn't look like, Marco at all.
Right.
Because
She's got
it's
the wig on.
She has like this weird blonde wig on.
So they run outside.
Yes, they run outside.
They chase her down an alley, and Marco's like, she's either behind that pile of bottles or that dumpster.
Yeah.
So you take one, I'll take the other.
Mm-hmm.
She jumps out, brains Marco. That's when Rachel turns into badass Rachel.
Right.
Does a pirouette and trips her. Like, knocks her ass down.
Doesn't she kick a bottle at her?
She's going to, yeah.
Okay, let's get to that.
Yeah, so Rachel does karate. It's great.
No, she does gymkata.
She does do gymkata.
Let's be real.
Combine the discipline, the timing, and the power of gymnastics with the explosive force of karate. And a new, all-powerful martial art is born. Gymkata.
And some controllers show up. They're like, what the fuck? They pull guns. That's when Rachel karates a bottle into one of their faces.
Right.
Just
no hesitation, like of just like goons show up with guns, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's just like, all right, kick a ball in their face.
Yes.
Like just it's immediate like crash, wham, swing, I ducked instinctively,
Yes.
right? Like it's just like it's It's in her brain.
Yeah, something hit the side of my face hard. My eyes rolled in different directions. Tears blurred my vision. A dark shape moving fast right for me. A bottle in her hand. I ducked, kicked instinctively, and caught yielding flesh. My vision was clearing, but I was still wobbly. She was down on her butt. She slammed the bottle down on the ground. It shattered, leaving her holding a broken bottle, all jagged, ripping edges. A deadly weapon. That's when Marco comes up with the plan of, let's pull down this ladder and let's 23 skidoo.
So Marco, Slippery, gets out of the situation, but they're cornered in this alley. They're by a fire escape. And that's when Rachel has the crazy idea of just like, she gets down by the fire escape, puts her hands in a little cup. It's like, all right, Marco, I'm gonna shoot you up to the moon. Here we go.
We're doing the fastball special with Marco.
Right. And she just hucks Marco up this fire escape.
And his weight pulls the fire escape down. And they climb away, and the controllers start shooting at them, and then they start shooting lasers.
I don't know if I've heard a gunshot. I don't know if I would recognize a gunshot.
Yeah, they're loud.
Well, yeah, but like living in a city, you hear just like pops all the time. You know, they're not necessarily all gunshots. It's backfire or some like doofus dropping something loud.
Backfire is what I get after going to Taco Bell.
Heyo. But like, yeah, she hears blam blam. I'm just like, she doesn't know what that is. Blam blam. They're shooting at us. Right, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Rachel doesn't know what gunshots are yet. Like she's not in that war, right?
Yeah.
In the war yet, you know. And it's just like, I love those little kind of bits and pieces of just like, oh yeah, right. They used to be innocent. They used to like not know what gunshots were. But then they just
remember when they stormed the yurt pool after like one day of knowing how to morph.
yeah. Cassie killed a person on that first day.
Yeah, highest body count so far.
So good.
Yeah.
Then they escape. Then we get Axe going shark mode.
Yep.
He decides to leave his home because he knows that the Yerks will find him and kill him if he doesn't.
Guess who shows up?
The Yerks.
Yep. Guess what they do?
Mm-hmm. Try to kill him.
Yep. They blow up the dome ship first, and they're like, kill that shark for fun.
Yeah, just go kill it. They drop some taxons. He easily murks the taxons.
Because they suck. They're not great. I've yet to see like a challenging taxon.
His name was Arbron, and he's a hero. How dare you?
Yeah, you're right. Never forget.
I got the impression that the Yerks may have seen Axe morph the shark.
Yeah, probably.
Because there was like this sort of tension, like, oh, they might see me as I morph. Did they see me? I don't know. I'll have to get away, and then. You know, as the dome is exploding or imploding.
Yeah, because why else would they chase after this big random shark? They
why
don't
would
know
they shoot a random
bandits yet.
shark?
Yeah, they're not onto these Andalite bandits.
Pre-Andalite bandits.
That's right. But yeah, Axe just gets away. Then
we get Jake. He's like, hey, Tom's like, hey, you want to be in the sharing? She's like, no, leave me alone.
But Jake, listen, Mr. Visser himself is going to be there.
Mr. Visser.
And then Visser triggers something for Jake. Because he has like a moment where he sees like an Andalite face.
Yes.
I'm picturing that like scene from that schlocky sci-fi film where he's just like, oh, I have a headache, and then he like holds his head and just like image of just like the Visser 3's evil visage pokes his head through the universe and is like, bandit! And it's like, I could have started her bandit.
He gets a call from Cassie, and Cassie's like, look, we got to meet up. Some shit's happening.
No, like, I can't, Cassie. Listen, I got to go to this
like,
dumb
you don't
sharing
understand.
thing.
They were shooting at Marco and Rachel.
Well, I have to go to this sharing, though.
Oh, okay. I guess tomorrow, then.
Well, no, Cassie, like, as soon as she hears the word the sharing, she's just like, no, don't go.
Yeah.
Something weird about that sharing. Don't go to the sharing. And, like, you know, Jake kind of keys into, like, why is she worried about this, like, weird church group that Tom's a part of?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he kind of keys into that something is wrong with Cassie about this sharing. And so we cut back to Tobias, who is now kind of getting deeper into the sharing a little bit.
Yeah, he's comfortable there.
Yeah, he knows people by name. Everybody is like, you know, kind of shooting him fingers guns, and, you know, he's plugged in.
Yeah.
Tobias,
He even talks about how he got bullied, and then two people from the sharing came over and stopped it.
Yeah, Andy and Tap
he didn't even know them. They just came. They knew him from the sharing, and they stopped it.
Well, the great thing about this scene, so Andy and Tap Tap are up to their bully business, right? They're going to shove him in a locker.
Yep.
In comes one kid, says, stop it. The Andy and Tap Tap was like, no, we're not going to stop it. Who's this little twerp that's saying, like, we're going to put you in next. But then, like, three more kids show up, and they're just like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy and Tap Tap are like, this is this is weird because it is weird, right? I'm picturing like this children in the corn situation where like more and more people just show up and say, stop it. And then casually one of them, without emotions, just picks up a brick. Or is it a weight?
Yeah,
I forget.
It's a weight.
It was a 20-pound weight.
Yeah, just like a barbell. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're going to kill Andy and Tap Tap.
Look, we are no fans of Andy and Tap Tap.
No, they can go. But
they can go.
But
can we talk about the nickname Tap Tap? Because it's been bugging me this whole time.
I know what Tap Tap's about. What is
Please.
your... Nate,
I got no...
Nate, I want to know. What do you guess Tap Tap is? Like, how did he get Tap Tap?
The only thing I could possibly think is that, like, the kid walks with a cane.
Whoa!
Oh no!
He doesn't need it, but he uses it as a weapon.
Mean?
He just goes tap tap and then hits you in the balls.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. That's what I was
that's
thinking.
some shit like a dope ass mob boss would do if he had a cane. He would go, all right. When I tap tap with the cane, that means kill them all. I don't know, and that's what Tap Tap does.
I mean,
but
Tap
he's
Tap's
in
way
sixth
cooler
grade.
now.
Why would he have a fucking cane? Or maybe he's just
junior high. This kid's just like, I'm starting a little mafia. No, you know what?
Tap Tap. I don't know. I just pictured Farkas from a fucking Christmas Story and that little weasel with him.
I mean, yeah, that's who they are.
You know what
That's
I
who they
pictured?
are.
I pictured, and maybe this was just like a local, like, junior high school Oregon thing, but like when you
My
say
personal
tap,
bullies.
well, like baby. I mean, like it's like when walking down the halls, if somebody said tap tap, they're gonna hit you in the balls. They're just gonna like knuckle wrap your balls. It's like tap tap.
What?
Oh yeah, that was a thing that happened to us a lot.
Yeah.
I did not experience this in Georgia.
That wasn't in Georgia. Oh yeah, they'd say tap tap and then get you right in the fucking nards.
You know what we had in Georgia, but it wasn't until high school. We had it started as a social experiment that some dumbass came up
As
with.
all great
but
things
really,
do.
it was just you would walk up to a dude, anybody you knew, and just hold his balls. You just reach out and just hold his balls with no comment.
That's so much nicer than tap tap.
But it got weird because every now and then two people that knew the same thing would walk up and grab each other's balls and just hold them.
That has some like
and just look at each other, and you couldn't. The whole thing was like to see what the other person's reaction would be. That's the social experiment part of it. And then I'm doing air quotes for the listeners.
Cupping the balls just reminds me of like it has some powerful Nightmare on Elm Street 2 energy.
So gay.
So yeah, it's like like I'm glad people are figuring themselves out.
I think I'd be more adjusted if someone had grabbed my balls at the right time and just held them.
Well,
I got a
Nate,
lot.
You're up.
Yeah, that's right, Nate. You're up.
It's never too late. Hey, look, I'm in North Carolina. You can't fucking put this on me. You're at the same table.
I'm not pulling my balls out on this table again.
Well, long story short is I think Tap Tap is no longer going to be doing the tap tap, whatever that may be.
Right.
Because
I buy your story that it was fucking hitting somebody in the balls.
Tap Tap. That's how I got his name.
I mean,
They're in California. That's West Coast. Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
Could be.
We're very mean to genitals out here.
Right into Animorphy time. What you think Tap Tap is? What
I would
the
love
Tap
to
Tap
know.
maneuver is.
Yeah, I would love to know.
While you're
what
at it, tell us what
is.
these fucking fish were.
Yeah,
Big
runny
mouth and
eyes.
runny eyes, and swimming bird.
So he's protected. He's got protection now. And Bill's just like, hey, listen, I know that you got protection now, right? You are a special person. You're a special person to the sharing, and I want you to become a full member.
You're my special boy.
You're my special boy, Tobias. I got you. And Tobias is like, yeah, for real? Like, he's starting to key in on a little bit of something, though, with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just, like, it's not a lot.
It's too nice.
No, like,
maybe it's the fact that Bill occasionally talks about in-dimensional space.
Right.
And how, by the way, Tobias, I mentioned that you got some clean ears.
It's like, oh, Tobias, we could take care of you forever. We could build something great. But you got to give up some freedom. Okay, cool? We good?
Yeah, you got to really open yourself up both spiritually and physically and intercranially. What?
I have exactly 2 notes about Bill. The first one is, okay, Bill, kind of showing your hand. And the other is, Bill is very bad at his job. Because I feel like in all of the interactions with Bill, he's just been like, hey, man, you're really good at pool. Pool's just about angles. Hey, you ever crawl inside an ear and like really get around that brain? You ever?
You like
conversationally
wrestling? Yeah, and well, the thing is, like, even it doesn't matter though, because like he could be bad at his job, but Tobias is ready Tobias was
Yeah,
already,
as long as he's a little bit nice about it, yeah, it's going to be fine.
Tobias was already groomed.
Yeah.
You know, like he's already been primed to join whatever cult.
And he's just going to do it.
Yeah, he's just going to do it.
And it's hard watching someone get groomed like this, knowing what you know where this is going. It's
and you know, like Tobias, like, all right, yeah, I'm in. Full member me up, baby. It's like, all right, cool. We're gonna have a fun ceremony. You know what? In a couple days.
No, it's right now.
Oh, fun! We're having a fun ceremony right now.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you come to this back room real quick?
Yeah, just come to this back room. Don't mind. It's just mood lighting. Right, we want to like prepare you for the enlightenment that you're gonna receive here in the secret room, and the secret room is pretty great because they put us in a small room, dimly lit, like a dentist waiting room, only with mood lighting and no magazines. There was the door that we came in, and a door that hadn't opened yet. So again, they should be more subtle about this, but I guess like maybe they're. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so I don't know if either of you were in Boy Scouts. I was in Boy Scouts all the way up through Eagle, and as you get into the later stages of like transitioning, I guess, from like Boy Scout boy stuff to Boy Scout adult stuff, there's a lot of weird culty shit. I don't know how else to put it.
Like Shriner stuff? Like, you know.
Yeah, like Freemason shit.
Yeah.
And it's weird. And there's definitely like, you have to walk down an unlit path with no torch. And it's weird. So like when they were doing all the culty, like it's just a bit of melodrama, I was like, yeah, that checks out. That tracks. I didn't even question it. I was like, oh, they did a good job of making it seem like something that was kind of normal for a weird cult.
Yeah, like,
and he even says, well, maybe all organizations have weird stuff like this.
I'm glad you brought that context because, like, reading it, I didn't have that, and I'm just like, Tobias, you have to know that this is a trap.
This is horror movie shit.
Yeah,
but they intentionally make shit weird and kind of scary, and but it's kind of done gigglingly and like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Ha,
like,
oh yeah, you got to go through the skull door. Oh, you know, but it's fine.
Well,
here's the orphan you have to sacrifice. Oh,
that's fine. It's not a real orphan.
Well, like, what's
He's
the
got
adult
parents?
Yeah, they just don't care about him. You still got to do it.
What's the adult version of this though? It's Tony Robbins. It's just like, all right,
self-help,
yeah, it's self-help shit. You know, it's just like, all right, cool. We're gonna make you walk over these hot coals, and I want you to scream the things that make you afraid when you run across it. It's like it's dumb ritualistic shit, but like, you know, rituals have a purpose. There's a reason why rituals occur.
Yeah, to summon Paimon, the demon god.
Exactly. And
I'm glad I'm here as a Norse pagan. This is making me feel real comfortable.
Tell us more about Paimon. I'm more a fan of Mammon, but but like, yeah. So Tobias is being led down this. Well, okay, not Tobias first. First is this like guy who wants to get like a music deal.
Yeah,
this like shitty.
He wants to do his band Format C's colon.
Format C's colon is gonna make it big, you guys.
They're gonna make it big. Mr. Sharing told me so.
And Tobias is like, all right, cool, dude. Are you in this for the right reasons? I'm here for enlightenment.
Yeah, Tobias is like, I don't have any friends. They are gonna give me a friend, but I guess a record deal's good. Man, I should ask for a record deal.
Keep getting to keep from getting any more swirlies.
Yes,
that's Tobias's goal. It's
pure
not to make friends.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
Well, and like
he's the most desperate of them. One guy wants a record deal, and there's a cop that's there for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's like, I had this headcanon, like, oh, he's investigating the sharing. Right? He's just like, there's been some disappearances around the sharing. I'm here to investigate. I'm gonna integrate myself into the society and find out.
That's a cop. They were like, yeah, we're here to enslave people. And he's like, yeah, down. I'm down.
He's
no
like,
problem. Yeah.
Sign me up. When
Cool.
do I get to shoot the dogs?
You have cooler guns? I'm down. Yeah. I want a laser gun.
He heard the Yerks were going to extinguish all animal life on the planet, and he's like, yeah.
Excellent.
Put me out there,
Sounds
coach.
great.
Let's do it.
Barry was his name.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry was the record sales guy. There was also Edward.
Edward and Kiko.
Kiko, yeah.
But Tobias eventually goes down the darkened path to
down, not far. 3 flights.
We're skipping a very important part.
No.
This is where we love Tobias even more because he can spot a cop.
Yes, he does say that he can spot a cop.
That's right. Yeah.
He's like, I know what a fucking cop looks like, which is a level of street savvy that we never got ever before.
No, but it's accurate.
That's great to know.
Yeah,
for sure.
You grow up around addicts, you're going to learn how to spot a cop.
Definitely, and I love that little note, and I just want to make sure we fucking hit it.
But like,
he does say, "Well, since my uncle hated them, I knew they couldn't be all bad." It's like, no, your uncle's bad and cops are bad.
It's possible for both to be true.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is both bad. So they go down 3 flights of stairs to a landing in another door, another hallway, another door, open, inside a table, 6 chairs. Chapman sat at the head of the table. Beside him, imperious, impatient, almost menacing, was the man who had spoken at the meeting earlier, Mr. Visser.
Mr. Visser.
Mr. Visser. That's right. It's our boy, Visser 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
But it's an AU Visser 3.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was like...
It's a different Visser 3.
He's not like stressed out by bandits, right? He hasn't been disheveled.
No, he's impatient.
No, he's
at
the top of his game right now.
Yeah, he's a mister.
I like to imagine this entire series.
They call me Mr. Visser.
Yes, Mr. Visser.
I like to imagine this entire series taking off from this book and continuing forward, as though eventually we would still get morphing powers or something eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in this one, Mr. Visser is introduced as a bored bureaucrat.
Yeah. And
not a badass Andalite coming down a ramp and then eating his enemy.
He has no
in
challenge.
front of all of his followers.
The only challenge he
That's
has...
He's bored.
Yeah, the only challenge he has is Visser 1. He hates the secret war shit. He wants to start blasting buildings. He wants to burn fools.
Well, yeah. I remind me of that later when we see what happens to poor Tobias. So Tobias is like, okay, you know what? Yes, Mr. Visser, I want to be part of the sharing. Mr. Visser just like, come on, kid, hurry it up, get in the chair.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I sat. The chair was cold. The surface of the liquid in the tub was still, dark, heavy looking, as if maybe it wasn't water. No big deal, I told myself. Lots of organizations have weird initiations and stuff. No problem. But I felt off now. The vision. What was it? Some desperate fantasy?
Place your right hand here,
Bill said. I placed my hand in what could only be a shackle, a handcuff. My insides were churning now, and I was placing myself totally in their power. What was I doing? What was I doing?
Now your left hand.
No, this was insane. No, this was wrong. No. Handcuffs? I looked pleadingly at Mr. Chapman. He was the vice principal. He wouldn't be part of anything bad, would he? But Mr. Visser was in the way. It was his bored face I saw. I placed my left hand. Bill fastened the cuff.
Now lay your head down sideways in the harness.
What is this? What are you doing? I mean, what's going to happen?
Your whole world is going to change, Tobias. You will see and know and understand everything.
I don't think I don't think I couldn't breathe. A voice in my head was screaming, "Run, run." My mind was reeling. I think I changed my mind. That's...
Yeah, and like, we haven't seen this before, have we?
Not like this.
Like, we haven't really seen the sharing initiation sequence, right? Like, we've seen people getting yerked up. Like, you know, they're screaming and it's like, it sucks. But we haven't seen anyone
But they're
be like,
already yerked.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
This is their soft, hard sell.
Right. You know, and this is terrifying.
Absolutely
right?
awful.
Because, like, you know, he knows he fucked up as soon as he put his handcuff on, but, like, he can't back out now. The social pressure is too much, and he's pleading out to all the adults around him, and they don't see it.
Yep.
Almost like his own home life. Almost like this transition to another terror isn't too surprising for him, really.
Right. Just hard, awful shit.
Right, and so like once he's like fully locked in and they're pressing him down, he's just like, no, I'm done. And Visser 3's like, see, this never works. Dunk him.
Yeah. And so they force his head in there.
Yep. And in comes new character.
Audrey. But we'll get to them a little bit. We got to go back to Axe now, who is in the cuckoo's nest.
Yep.
Because he loves Oreos.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Danny DeVito.
He went to jail for the truth. Oreos are great. They put him in the crazy hospital.
What did they get Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
What did they get him?
Yeah, what did he do?
Juicy fruit.
Well, that's what he liked, but you want to know why he ended up there?
Yeah.
Because he slept with a bunch of underage girls. That's why the character's in the cuckoo's
I
nest.
had no idea.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes. I read the fucking book.
Is that in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, it's in the book.
Yeah, it's in the movie too. Because in his like intake meeting, they're like, "Oh, you know me, I just have a problem with young Beaver." I'm like, "Ugh,
dude, I had no idea. Like,
I had no idea.
Oh man, no, Axe, don't do that. Axe just likes cookies.
Axe, if Axe gets a hold of a young Beaver, it's to morph one.
No, see, young Beaver tail the donut.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Fuck Ken Kesey, man. Great writer.
Thanks for fucking up one of like a cult classic.
Well,
God damn it.
It's a complicated story. It's still compelling.
No,
we don't have to
what I'm
like
saying
the
is
character.
it was a perfect movie and you ruined it.
Listen, libertarian people, I have a movie for you.
Yeah,
no, like
it ends with the guy getting trepanated and killed. That's what should happen to all libertarians. So Axe is in the asylum.
Yeah, he's in the cuckoo nest. As it were.
He's morphing every 2 hours in the bathroom, and one guy saw him morph, and he's just like, "Huh."
Well, no, like he tells the nurse, like, "There's an alien in there." It's like, "Yeah, there's an alien in there."
Yeah,
and then she
course
does the
there
crazy cuckoo thing with her finger.
There's an alien in there. That's you.
Well, I imagine there's not a lot of sympathy in what is described as a dingy sanitarium.
I'll little healthcare realism here. A lot of people who work around psych patients, unfortunately, are very mean to them, and I think that fucking sucks to watch.
Well, it's probably a resource thing.
So it holds up then that this nurse was like, yeah, okay, there's an alien, you fucking idiot, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people treat any kind of mental health type patient like that, and it's.
So you like Went Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I love it. I endorse everything in it. No, it's just when I see this shit represented in books, it's like, oh yeah, that's just real. Like I know they don't know it's real, but I know it's real, and that
maybe they know it's real.
Maybe I don't know.
But like, this is a comedy scene. Like, let's not undercut.
Yeah,
like,
this is supposed to be funny.
This is supposed to be the funny bit because he says, when will I receive the cookies? They are delicious. Well, to tell you the truth, the nurses do not want you to have cookies. And he's just like, I am out of here.
I have to go.
Yeah, I have to go. My planet needs me.
There's
God. That's what
one important thing that gets glossed over a lot, and it's that he lists a lot of foods that he likes the taste of. The only one that is the same is cigarette butts.
Yep, our boy loves them butts.
They're so
Fucking
smooth.
love
Cigarette butts, delicious.
They go down smooth.
Yeah,
and you've got all these different flavors.
Holy shit! I just put something together. Andalites love smoking. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They
it's
would
been established.
Love smoking.
Elfinger went out for a pack of white sticks. From the
you couldn't wait to be under that waterfall smoking those white death sticks.
Do you think KA smokes? Is this
Michael Grant does?
Well, yeah, Michael Grant has no problem with it. I think this
big fucking cigars.
Yeah.
I bet you KA used to smoke and quit.
Yeah, I think this is the
Oh God.
But also,
like as someone who has quit smoking, like I really wish I still smoked.
Right? It's
I
good.
just don't. I just don't anymore.
I'm also going to throw this one out here. The thin, round, black disc with a layer of adhesive white substance, the Oreo, trash cookie, garbage tier, throw it away.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to kill him now, Tyler. I can't do it for you.
Like you two are like fucking Oreo heads.
Yeah,
over
Oreos
here?
are good. They're good.
Oreos
and they
the
taste
shit.
good.
Yeah,
Like
you can eat them about 50 different ways.
Oh, sorry, I don't have milk. Are you still going to eat these Oreos?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Or I'll go get milk.
Yeah. You open it up, you eat the cream, then you eat the cookies.
Okay, how about this then?
Have you done the fork in the cream thing and then dip the whole cookie?
Oh yes, I have.
No.
I'm getting out myself as truly trash Nate. The only way I like Oreos, and this is true, is next to nacho cheese. You dip the Oreo into the nacho cheese, you get an Oreo nacho. This is the only way I like Oreos because they really are just crackers. They don't
I would
taste
like to invite you to my podcast, Soup Salad Sandwich. To discuss this bullshit.
Yeah, Nate's got some hot food takes.
No, see, the deal is you put that cookie sandwich into the soup, which is the nacho cheese sauce, and then you eat it. Salads.
You're basically eating a grilled cheese with tomato soup.
A chocolate cheese.
You're eating a chocolate cream thing covered in nacho cheese. I will get so angry about this.
Don't knock it.
2.5 beers in.
Don't knock it until you try it, because the thing is, it's like salty, it's cheesy, and it's a little bit sweet. Well, okay, it's not chocolatey, right? Because again, the Oreos are not chocolate cookies.
This
they are
feels
colored
like the fattest
black.
food you could possibly eat.
I'm just saying.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna fucking shit on it because I've never even heard of this, much less tried it.
I've never seen it either. I've only seen him do it.
That's right.
You've observed this?
I've seen it in person.
No, I thought I forced
He's
you to
done
eat
it. He's not just making this up for the internet.
No,
to
this is
enjoy
real.
it.
He made me have one. It's not bad. Not my
It's an
preferred.
Oreo dipped in nacho cheese.
Yes.
That's right. Yes.
Fuck, all right, I'll put it on the bucket list.
It's not even.
I'm not happy about it.
Well, here's the thing.
It won't make you happy.
Defense. This is not even my idea. It's not like I got high one day and decided
No, there's
to
not
try
two
this.
people doing this.
No, yes, yeah. This is a thing. It's a growing movement.
This is Nate's The Sharing.
There are dozens of
This
us.
is like this feels like Pika. Like
Yeah, it definitely
you want to eat gravel and dryer lint.
Yep.
All I'm saying.
Fuck.
Oreos, Axe, you can do better.
No,
Actually, you want to know it is trash. That's why Axe loves them. And that's why, like, when they're no longer being offered in this, does he describe it as a sanitarium or like?
That's what you're supposed to put together.
Okay. Yeah.
At one point, he's asked a question. I don't even remember what the question is, and his answer is evidently "I am insane," which is also a very like 2021 vibe.
But now, if there were no more cookies, I would clearly have to leave. He's out.
Yeah,
He's gone.
He's done with it.
Yeah, he just cuts his he sees the TV.
Cuts
He's like,
the window open.
Cuts the window open. Looks at the TV. He's like, I could probably do something with that TV.
Yeah.
He puts that together.
And he picks up the water cooler, throws it out the window, and just runs away.
I mean, Axe, he probably picked up the vending machine.
Oh, I think
smashed it open.
Yeah, that's true.
So then we go back to our boy.
Yeah, we're back to
Tobias,
Tobias.
who's got
Starts with, I felt it enter my ear. Not a great feeling.
no.
Nothing good ever starts with the sentence "I felt it enter my ear."
Nope.
Even Q-tips. I'm not a fan of Q-tips.
You don't like Q-tips
Ooh.
either?
It's not
Come
good
on,
for you.
man.
You're supposed to let that shit just fall out.
Nah, I gotta get my old tippy boy in there and cue it out.
You know what? I'm going to reveal a lot about myself right here.
Here we go.
I
Tippy
get
boy?
manicure sets with fancy cuticle pushers, but they've got like a curve to them.
Okay.
I dig with those things. They're fucking great.
We kind of do that in the hospital whenever someone gets something stuck in their ear.
Yeah, like
I got the idea
from.
from like watching TikTok videos of people scooping out earwax, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, it's so much better than a Q-tip.
I guess I'm just a monster. I don't like stuff in my ear. What, you guys like stuff in your ear?
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I think that people have varying degrees of like earwax buildup, and I have very heavy earwax buildup, and it gets really irritated. So I have to get it out.
You have strong thoughts, and those produce a lot of wax.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
exactly it.
I'm going to use that next time I'm digging in my ear at work. People are like, "What are you doing?" I have strong thoughts.
Strong thoughts, lots of wax. What's your problem? I never see you clean your ears. That's stupid.
So much wax
Doesn't
from
need
the
to.
thoughts.
Doesn't produce enough wax, that guy.
That guy's
Jake,
an idiot.
not
No
a man
wax
who
at all.
produces wax.
Old soft ears ain't got no wax. You're dumb. That's what they mean, soft in the head. There's no wax there.
Anyways, Tobias is being possessed.
Yeah, so the Yerk takes control. We got, oh God.
Audret.
Yeah, Audret 177 of the Chulat Hesh pool. And we kind of get, like, this is the end of Free Tobias, and Audret's there to lie to Visser 3.
Yeah.
Audret is, like, I love that they are able to fit even just a little bit of Yerk politics into this Megamorphs, because Audret's saying, yeah, you can't attack Earth. We have to keep doing Visser 1's plan. And Visser 3's like, we'll see about that.
Well, Visser 3, like, he knows that this plan kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because, like, what is it? Like, he gives, like, some false statistic. Oh, you know, a quarter of people, they resist, but most of them are okay with it.
Yeah, and Mr. Visser's like, yeah, I've read the TPS report. Yeah, okay. We read the same shit, guy.
But it would just be faster if we just put their head in the Dunko pool and be done with it.
Yep. Like, he wants to be Dunkomatic. And that's when Tobias feels the fear of Audret. He knows that Audret's lying, and then he realizes he's stuck with a Yerk that's most likely doomed.
He's stuck with this idiot.
Like, even in his salvation, there's no hope. Just another little gut punch there. Wonderful. Good stuff.
And worth noting that Tobias, with no context for what the Yerks are, figured that out.
Yeah.
It's not 40 books in 3 years of fighting the Yerks.
Well, like,
that went, oh, this Yerk is doomed. It's brand new to the scene. Who went, God, what an idiot.
Yep.
Well, he's able to read the Yerk's thoughts a little bit, right? Like, I know that there's some, like, control that can happen there, but if you get, like, a dullard Yerk like this Audret, like, it's a two-way street at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he gets, like, waves of just, like, I'm a Weasley bastard. You know, like, God damn it.
Oh, I'm stuck with someone who sucks.
Oh, this guy's an idiot. Fuck.
That's when we see, on TV, an Andalite. And Mr. Visser's like, holy shit. And that's, like... We see that, then it cuts to Jake, who's arguing with Tom about the sharing. He's like, I don't want to be in the sharing. And Tom's like, fine, you little puss. Don't be. Be a lonely nerd.
Yeah, fine. I'm just gonna go turn on this TV for no reason, and then in comes like he sees Axe just like chilling out on TV.
My favorite episode of Exposition is on. I gotta
Right.
tune in.
Let me just turn on Unsolved Mysteries again. I'm surely definitely won't be an Andalite on there.
Who was the host of Unsolved Mysteries? Do you guys remember?
Robert Stack, wasn't it?
Okay, I kept getting fucking Reichert, whatever his name is, Jonathan Frakes.
Oh no, that's beyond belief. Fact or fiction?
Okay, my bad.
Different, better show.
I had that in my head. And I think it's because there was a meme recently where he's like, "Didn't happen, never happened."
This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened.
Didn't happen.
If you have not watched those, I highly recommend. They're on Prime. Just get them. They're so funny.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
Beyond belief.
Yeah. Like, skip the first season because James Brolin's the host and he's not as good. Second season when Riker comes in, it's great.
Okay, I'm going to write it down right now.
So we cut to Jake. They all see this Andalite on TV. It was a centaur. No, not a centaur. Not like it was a half horse, half human. More like it was a half muscular blue deer, half human. Only with a face that was definitely not human. And they all are like, what the fuck?
This description sucks. It's like
It's
a
the
face
worst
that's
one so
human,
far.
but not human.
Yeah.
But it's human, though.
But it had like two stalk eyes. It's weird.
And it's like, oh, it's special effects, Jake says. Then he looks at Tom watching TV. I shot a look toward Tom, illuminated by the glow of the TV in the family room. He was standing up, rigid, staring, but not amazed or amused or curious. His face was a mask of rage and hatred. The TV screen went blank. Up came a still shot saying, "Sorry, we are experiencing technical difficulties."
That was weird. Tom's mom said. Like nobody cares because it's just like if I saw an alien on TV, I would not think, "Oh shit, War of the Worlds is real now." You know, no, I would just think like, okay, yeah, they're up to some like goof 'em ups. Somebody max headroomed this TV station.
This Axe went to the TV station, like he was jumping
No,
around.
I know, but
Okay.
I'm saying though, like if I saw this, I would be like, that was weird. Oh well, and then just move on with my day. But Tom,
Would you though? Because it's like the 7:00 news. You're on the news station. You're seeing the news anchors, and then out of nowhere, completely.
like
It's
a
the
realistic
wrong shit.
Yeah.
It's a realistic fucking alien walks out in front of the cameras, like not in shot properly.
And he's just
The
like,
focus
fuck around the
readjusts.
pussy.
Yeah, well, yeah,
He says
rolls
that and
in.
runs away.
He rolls in, says some wild shit, but like at the same time though, like I know
I would
that
check
TV.
if it was April 1st, but then otherwise I'd be like, wait, what?
No, I mean honestly, if it was now, I'd check Twitter. Like, y'all see that? But like, you know, like if even then though, I know like I don't trust TV. Like, you know, that shit happens on the news. Like, oh, they're promoting like you know the newest episode of like what's a dumb show that was on during then? Will and Grace, or no, Third Rock from the Sun. Hey, it's Third Rock from the Sun alien. Ah, they got a new alien coming there.
Big incoming transmission from the big giant centaur.
Right, exactly. Like, this is stupid. Give me those cool 3D glasses and move on. But
I don't know, but they would have to have lines. The anchors would be like, yeah, we're now saying things that tie into some promotion.
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I
don't
felt
know.
like there was a very realistic, like,
You would be in.
holy
You'd be
shit,
like-
this is wild. This should not be happening. That reaction felt right to me.
Yeah.
Not like,
Maybe I'm just joining the Jake and the Jake family in their smooth braidedness. Like, maybe they're just not like, you know, they're all nonplussed by this because they just don't process it. They're like, ah, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine, Stevie. And that's when Jake sees Tom run away, and he kind of follows him down the hall. He hears Tom make a call, and he peeks in at Tom, and he sees Tom has a gun. And Tom goes, "I need you to cover for me for Mom and Dad. I'm going." And Jake's like, "Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm going to follow him."
It was impossible to avoid thinking it was a gun. I walked past him, pretending not to notice. He grabbed me, pushed me against the wall. I have to go out. Cover for me. If Mom or Dad asks, I'm studying. Got it?
I nodded. It wasn't so different from any number of times Tom had playfully put on a similar act. We both knew not to take it seriously. Just one problem. This time, Tom was deadly serious. So Jake hops a ride with Tom. They go to the news station. Tom's ordering people around.
Well, not through Tom's knowledge. Like, you know, Tom. Jake,
no. Jake hides in the back of the van.
Yeah, he does the what's Cape Fear, like ties himself to the bottom.
To the bottom of the car, yeah.
No, he doesn't do that.
Smoking a cigar.
No, he just like hops a ride to the TV station where shit is going down. Right?
Yep.
A cop car comes right along. Jake's like, finally, this cop is gonna pull Tom over and see the gun, and this will end well. But no, the cop gives him an escort. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, and then he's bossing the cop around.
Jake, Tom, our boy, the best boy from the Best Boy celebration, is ordering cops around.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And then Jake, like, squeals, and they turn around and they shoot at him, and he realizes Tom's killing people. Like, he's trying to kill me.
Yeah. Tom just like...
And Tom does shoot a guy.
Right. Yeah.
Well, no, that's what Jake squeals at, because Tom
Yes.
fucking shoots a security guard, and then Jake went, "Wow!"
Yeah. Tom just fucking murked that guy. Ah!
Holy shit! Yeah.
Like, I would scream. Like, Tyler, if I was just like hanging out with you and you just turned around and shot a guy, I would scream. I'd be like,
I would hope that you would, yes, because...
And so, of course, Tom, like, hears someone say, fuck, turns around and shoots at the darkness.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's night. They can't see very well.
That's when Jake starts freaking out, and he starts to morph.
Well, he starts to think that he's morphing, right? It's all, like, let's bring this to a vote. What happened to Jake? Did he morph?
Well, what do you think? You go first.
I think that he didn't morph. I think that he had kind of like the the sci-fi like stress headache where he's seeing hallucinations and like
sees a vision of himself morphing.
Right, yeah. Like the timelines are kind of blurring a little bit again.
Either way, it's good writing that we have to talk about it.
I fully believe that he started morphing.
I think so too.
And then the timeline went shoot and just like snapped back to, oh wait, no, in this one he doesn't have morph capabilities.
You know, I wonder, what if he still has the Esquivel device juice in him throughout the timelines, and it's just like,
a little bit of that,
like, because if you don't know you can morph, you're not gonna like,
you'll never figure it out.
You never like, how often have you, Nate, tried to turn into a cat?
So many times.
Well, okay, if you didn't
started in 6th grade.
Yeah, it's like when we started reading these books, I'm sure we both
when I
tried.
started reading oh my god, I tried to acquire my cat all the time.
I tried to use the Force more than once.
Definitely did. I kept thinking my mutant abilities were going to manifest when I hit puberty. That never happened.
I mean, I probably told this on the podcast, but I used to peel the glow-in-the-dark star stickers off my ceiling at night and put them on my chest because I thought they would give me star power. I would sleep with them on my chest.
Rad. That's rad.
And it did. You know what? You got star power now, baby.
Yes. Yeah.
I distinctly remember wondering what my mutant power was going to be when I was finally, like when it finally manifested. Yeah. And then I found out comic books aren't real.
When that mutant power finally drops, it's like, oh man, what's it going to be?
I can't wait. It's like a grab bag. Who knows? It could be blue fur or laser vision.
So Jake runs off into the darkness. He's gone.
He's flipping out.
Cassie, day 33. By the way, it's been a month, you guys.
It's been a month.
Yeah, day 33. Yeah.
Day 33.
Yeah.
Jake shows up at Cassie's house like, oh, fuck.
Hold on. Wait. We got to go back. We skipped over Tobias getting out of a limo.
Yes, he shows up with Mr. Visser.
Big shit now.
And
he's king shit of fuck mountain.
Yeah, it freaks Jake out. He's like, why is Chapman, that guy from The Sharing, and Tobias getting out of a limo? What the hell?
This is a weird menagerie of people I would not expect to see together.
Yeah. Okay, there's an important guy. I get it. My vice principal and that dweeb. What the fuck? Yeah.
It's like, okay, your mom, your boss, and your girlfriend are together. They would
President
never
Biden.
interact really. Well, except maybe your mom and your girlfriend. But, it's like, no, these people should not be hanging out. What's going on?
Yeah, what's happening? And they're shooting at people.
Yeah, and they're just blasting.
Yes, they blast.
And taking prisoners.
That's when Jake goes to Cassie's barn, day 33.
Yeah.
And she is kind of losing it too. She hears all this stuff about everybody getting shot at, but she says, weird. Once again, I had this weird feeling. Deja vu. The sense that we'd all been here together, not once, but many times, only there was something missing. My eyes rose to the rafters. Something missing.
That's weird. I just saw some deja vu. Was it the same hawk or a different hawk? You gotta tell me. And then Mouse gets blasted in the...
Not like this.
I know.
Poor Switch and APOC. I hope they come back in the new one.
God, is Cassie gonna be Neo?
She is Neo.
Let's continue.
No, like they compare their stories. Like, oh yeah, I got shot laser guns. No, I got shot with laser guns. Oh, cool.
Yeah, everyone in this barn has been shot by laser guns at one point, except for Cassie.
Yes, and they realize they're putting this together. It's like something's off. Let's make a plan. Let's get Tom.
Yeah,
Tom will tell us what to do.
Something's up with Tom. They don't know it is. Well, they think it's an alien invasion, right? Because there was an alien on TV.
Yes.
I bet you if that didn't happen, they would think like something stupid like reverse vampires or like, some conspiracy theory, right? But they know that something's up with Tom.
Yes, and that's when they are kind of realizing that Cassie is losing it even more, so far as to call her crazy. Because she's like, where is it? Ever since, I don't know, for weeks, I've had this feeling deep down inside that things weren't right. I let go of Jake and threw up my hands. I can't explain it. Just that everything is wrong. This alien, I heard him talking kind of, only he was out in the water somewhere. And I have these dreams, these amazing dreams where I'm not me. I'm an animal, a bug sometimes, and I'm scared, or a wolf, or a bird. I spotted Marco rolling his eyes. I spotted Rachel sending him a keep your mouth shut look, but Jake looked at his hands like he'd never seen them before. Or a tiger, he whispered to himself. And once more, I was drawn to look up at our particular spot in the rafters. Just know I had the feeling that someone was missing. Two someones. The alien is one. He's supposed to be here, and I know this sounds crazy, and like she's putting it together.
So these kids suck right now, right?
Yeah.
Nate, what was your reaction when everyone was just kind of brushing it off?
Well, my first reaction is the big eye roll of Cassie is temporarily anchored. That's literally what I wrote. I kind of wish that everybody had little flashbacks like this instead of it all being Cassie.
Yeah,
but
Cassie had to have something to do.
But I do love how it was written, of her feeling so like off kilter. Like, wait a minute, there should be another guy here. He's blue and looks like a horse. What the fuck?
Right.
And like she keeps looking at the rafters where Tobias should be sitting, and like she even has a thought at one point of like Marco rolled back on the hay bale like he had done a million times. No, he's never been here. Wait a minute. I don't know. I loved all of that, but at the same time, I felt like it was really it could have been done differently, and I think it would have been better if it had been like everybody.
Yeah.
And then we have a moment of like everybody's here, and it was we're getting the band back together from Blues Brothers.
So I don't want to hear any more of this small change shit. We're putting the band back together. Now, who here at this table can honestly say that they played any finer or felt any better than they did when they were with
Animorphs?
You were the backbone, the nerve center of a great
children guerrilla resistance group.
You can make that live, breathe, and jump again.
I do get that feeling in this. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Everybody's here.
Everybody's
they got
assuming
no
their
reason
own
to be
roles
together.
too. Right?
Yeah.
They're just plugging right in. Like Jake's now immediately the leader because he's the leader.
Yeah.
Because of that sensible
because
haircut.
I said so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Rachel gives her like a direct approach. Marco gives his indirect approach of how to deal with Tom, right?
Mm-hmm. And Cassie feeds an animal.
Right, yeah. Cassie just kind of like feels things in the corner.
Yeah, it is getting the band back together. She says, Jake, decisive once the moment for decision arrived. Rachel, bold, ready to act regardless of consequences. Marco, cautious and clever. A chill crawled up my spine. I felt as if the universe had just shifted, like for weeks I'd been riding a bike with the chain always slipping, and the chain had just caught again. Things weren't right, not right, but more right than they had been since we'd left them all together.
Yeah, Tobias being tortured and screaming in agony. Axe being an asshole alien and just doing his own thing.
Eating delicious foods.
And speaking of Tobias, we're headed over to our last chapter with him.
They should have just called this Odd Rot instead of Tobias. That would have ruled.
Yeah,
I would have liked that. I had the same thought. Yeah.
This is honestly a very hard chapter to read because there's a lot of big words and I don't understand them. No, this is one of those emotionally honest, difficult, challenging Animorph chapters if you've ever been suicidal. And I don't know about either of you, but I've been actively suicidal, and reading all his regret running up to his decision to essentially give up his own life. This all felt very intentional and a lot more real and a lot more honest with that kind of framing and conversation that a lot of books could ever really get to. I have not read something like this in Animorphs. I mean, I have read this before, but it's this is outside of Animorphs in its brutality and its emotional honesty. It says, most painful of all the image of myself swallowing everything the sharing told me. I had walked willingly to my own destruction. At the time, I'd seen no alternative. Now I saw nothing but alternatives. Was my home a dreary, awful place? Yes. Was I somehow marked as a bully magnet? Yes. Was I different, strange, not quite normal? Yes. And to fight all that, I had destroyed myself. Brilliant, Tobias, brilliant. All of life's pains combined could not have equaled what I now endured. Even now, no easy answers leapt to mind. I could not have easily stood the bullying. I could not easily have survived the loneliness. In my fantasies, I could construct fantastic escapes, but in reality, there was no easy one. My life was nonfiction, not some story where the endings are always happy. I couldn't simply become a different person. I couldn't just have some great insight that would save me from myself. All I could have done really was wait. I could have endured. I saw that now. It wasn't a dramatic answer. Wasn't exactly inspiring. Endure, outlast, outwait. I might have been able to do that. I'm not a fool. I know that school is just a part of my life. You spend 18 years as a kid and then maybe 70 years as an adult. And what you are as a kid isn't what you'll be as an adult. Not always, anyway. Endure. I could have done that. Now, too late. My nose itched. I could not scratch it. That shit hurts.
Yeah. It's like he's not, whoever wrote this, I don't know if this is KA or Grant.
I asked them. They didn't know.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Nate? That
was the tweet that I was referencing.
I tweeted
you tweeted it
at Michael Grant, and he's like, I just talked to Kay, and I don't know which of us wrote this, but it
sounds like they're writing specifically. They're not talking to Tobias. They're talking to a kid they know.
Yeah.
Because that's how real
they
this
were
kind of
talking
feels.
to me.
Well, yeah, they weren't talking to your fun character Tobias. Well, fun. They weren't talking to character Tobias. They were talking to just a kid who was in a bad spot.
Yeah,
it's real.
It's super fucking real, and it's it gave me chills just reading it again because it's that's exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah,
endure, outlast.
Yeah, they're giving kids advice right now, directly,
and it's
so
it doesn't feel heavy-handed. This is not any of the back-padding, heavy-handed shit. This is subtle and honestly quite beautiful.
It's great contrast with Bill.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about the advice and stuff that Bill was giving, it was intended to be hollow because it is hollow, right?
Yeah. Build something together. We'll do it together, a team. No more hurt together.
Right.
We're all a family here.
And putting that side to side with this, which is actual real good advice, it just boosts, this message of just shit's temporary.
Yeah,
guys.
get through it.
And it could have been so hokey as don't do what Tobias did, kids. But it's not that message. It's a real or honest message.
Yeah. It's
so
go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
There's a school of thought that Tobias in the normal books, not this AU, kind of made a conscious decision to become a hawk,
to
Nothlit into being away from, he doesn't have to deal with his aunt and uncle anymore and is being bullied at school and everything else. And there's, if you take that viewpoint, there's a lot of parallel between this kind of being trapped and the other kind of being trapped, where you're trapped as a hawk. That I don't know, I want to call attention to. I guess that was my only intent here, was to point out, he never says it in one long paragraph like he did here, but it's all I had problems and they could have been dealt with and I could have outlasted them, or whatever, versus here where he's yerked and he's having all of his memories exposed, which is painful and whatever, but I don't know. I think there's a good parallel to be drawn there.
I mean, the choice, it's the choice. You choose the prison you put yourself in for the rest of your life. I think my point is that in either universe where he can morph or he can't, he found a way out, and then decided that way out wasn't what he wanted.
The way out for Tobias is struggle, right? I mean, that's
the right way out. But in neither case did he struggle. He went, I'd like to be a hawk now, or well, not really consciously, because he didn't go, I'd love to be an enslaved Yerk man now. Well, but that's what happened.
But for me to cap this off, I think is that it reads as the last thoughts of a suicide attempt.
Yes.
And that the regret after, this is intended for ages 10 to 14, which, well, no, I mean, the thing is it's spot on, actually, because, younger children are not dumb.
Right.
They get depressed. They have thoughts of, I'm not going to say thoughts. Well, I'm sure there's some are of that age range that have had thoughts of suicide because, they may lack the language around what that is. This gives them that language and context of wrapping around those emotions and kind of understanding hey, listen, this is not a solution to this thing, and it's a bit sad that it kind of comes in a Megamorphs.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, just the Megamorphs to me have always felt like the what ifs, right? Well, they are intended to be the what ifs. They're kind of they're outside of. I mean, one time they went back in time, and even this one, it gets it gets pushed off. But
I don't know. I disagree. These aren't standalone side books. These are specifically, what's the word? Highlighted, enunciated, more important.
Yeah, but
these are more than just a regular Animorphs. They're a Megamorphs.
Yeah, I just having this in a
whereas the Chronicles are side stories that happen in conjunction with or in addition to the normal universe. The Megamorphs books are always hey, this is the first time we dealt with a really big, serious enemy, or this is the first time we made earth-shattering, cataclysmic decisions, or this is the first time we, the second time, I guess, that we made earth-shattering, cataclysmic decisions. And this one is an AU, but it explores each character in a way that is so. It's so detailed. It really gets down in a way that I don't know that the normal books don't. If this was book 33, you'd be like, okay, which one was it? When did that happen? I forget now. But this is Megamorphs 4. You're gonna be like, it's one of the 4 Megamorphs. I remember which one that is.
Either way,
I feel like it's highlighted in a different way. Sorry.
No, we don't care.
Yeah.
Nate's not married to these books like we are.
I'm married to one of these books. It is Megamorphs 1, the best one.
And
the one that's not with the dinosaurs is wrong, anyway.
And this is the end of Tobias because Audret sells out Visser 1 and Visser 3 is like, you're an idiot. I'm never going to trust anyone who would betray their leader, and just murks him.
Yeah, immediately outs him as a mole and just blasts his ass.
And that's kills Tobias.
Yep. Day 40. We start off with Jake, and they're about to kick off their plan.
Yeah, they're just following Tom. They find that it's impossible to follow him, so they're going to go through his room. Marco points out that there could be traps, and Jake's like, "Oh yeah, you're pretty smart."
Yeah.
And
but don't worry though, they won't need to make a real plan because they turn on the TV yet again.
Yes, because Axe has hacked the Gibson.
Yeah, well, he Max Headroomed the TV station.
He did,
right? So
all of them but one.
Yeah, the one that the Yerks took over, and he's just like, "Aliens are real. You're being invaded. You stupid humans." I'll keep on saying this until it sinks into your brain.
Before they sink into your brain.
Hey-o. And they're like, okay, well, I guess it's on now, isn't it?
And it gets cut off.
Yeah.
And then Cassie's like, we call him Axe. She's like, Axe? Oh, okay.
What, the alien?
Yeah. Oh, all right. I know this sounds crazy, but we're supposed to know him. He's supposed to be our friend. We call him Axe. And sometimes he can become human. Crazy. And they're like, okay, yeah, kinda.
Tom's just like, weird. How do you know that? Oh, hi, by the way, I've been listening this whole time, you idiots.
Tom catches them mid-act talking about all this, and he's like, you're coming with me, Marco and Jake.
Yeah.
You're fucked. You're all getting yerks in your brain.
I can kill you, or you can come along peacefully. Your call.
So he pulls his gun. We takes them downstairs. That's when our badass bitch, the boss's badass bitch, Rachel, saves the day. She brains Tom with a baseball bat, whomps his ass good.
Yeah.
Let me just read this.
Well, yeah, because it's gruesome.
Marco and I walked down the stairs through the empty family room, the front room. I opened the door. A car was just screeching to a halt there to pick Tom up. The car door opened. A man's voice yelled, "Look out!" Tom flinched. Too late. The baseball bat came down hard on his gun hand. "Ah!" he yelled. The ray gun clattered down the steps. The bat came up fast, caught Tom in the face. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 stiff, hard blows, and Tom was down, curled in a ball, groaning, eyes rolling, blood gushing from his nose and ear. I stared at my cousin, Rachel, breathing hard, but her outfit, hair, and makeup had remained perfect. So Rachel's gonna Rachel.
Yeah, and here we get a great Rachel chapter.
Yeah, where she kicks ass, tries to shoot someone in the back. Like, Jake grabs the Dracon beam.
And he starts blasting.
He just starts he blows a guy's arm off. Rachel, like, does the little bat flip and starts kicking ass with the bat. Just a stellar action scene, I would say. Not really super important, except when she wants to shoot someone in the back. Yeah, and Jake's like, we don't shoot people in the back.
Which, I'm just like, hey, okay.
And they decide to run away, and the last thing they hear is Tom screaming, "You're our meat. You're our meat." Which is a chilling, awful, haunting little piece of dialogue that's going to stay in my brain forever.
Lets you really know about the yerk that's in Tom's brain.
And as they're running, they notice something.
But Aftran said that in book 19.
Yes, I've heard it, but it's the whole "you're our meat" thing.
Well,
oh no, it's fucked up.
I think it helps because like he's totally like out of the game at this point, Tom. Mm-hmm. Like he's had his head caved in. Yeah. It sounds like
no. Tim Rash is going out of his fucking mind. For
yeah,
sure.
And he's like, "You're me." Like I'm picturing like this like.
Well, he knows he's going to die off camera.
Yeah, like when Glenn tried to talk in The Walking Dead after getting brained with a baseball bat.
Right. Yeah, and. Oof. This is Jake's brother saying, "You're meat."
Yep.
Like that's gotta suck.
And that's when a bug fighter flies up.
They're like, "You're important to the plot."
Yeah.
Get him.
Rachel blasts the bug fighter, but the bug fighter blasts Marco. Blasts him in half.
Just blast him right in half.
That's like, the death of Marco.
In this North by Northwest scene, he's just like being chased down. They're all running and trying to get to the woods. And They go and look back at it, like, "Marco, come on. Jake's just like, "No, just keep on running."
Yeah. Then after they run, they cut to Axe, who's at Circuit City watching TV.
Nice cut between Marco dying, by the way.
Yeah.
Axe having a good time at the Circuit City.
Yeah, talking about how videotapes of the bug fighter were just shown all day, every day on TV. Mm. People were like, I bet you, though, they come in peace.
Yeah, they probably mean well.
Yeah, this could be good. I don't know. It's probably just fake.
Anyway, I'm going to buy that big screen because I don't want to miss a minute of it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful little critique.
I love that guy. I love his brain. He's just like, oh man, the news is going to be amazing. I'm going to spring for the 20, what is it, like 32 inch back then.
Oh, this season of America is going to be lit, folks. Ugh. That's when the yerks drop an EMP, and Axe is like, I got to get out there. And he sees bug fighters heading for the mall. Then he sees the blade ship.
Yep, so he just comes running towards the mall. And the kids also run to the mall, and they think it's like going to be the safest spot.
Yes.
Which I bet you Marco's influence is felt even though he's gone. It is a like Dawn of the Dead probably. Yeah, the mall's the safest spot, you guys.
Yeah.
But is it though?
Well, because Axe is there now. But no, like there are lines of bug ships just blasting cars. They're grabbing people. It's all out open war.
Yeah.
They run through the mall. Hork-Bajir are pouring in from the gap and all the other little holes they have. And they start fighting, like they start blasting Hork-Bajir.
Yeah, like it's just a battle, right? It's just like, an actual like shoot war. Jake's trying his best. Rachel's trying her best, but they're outgunned.
Yeah, they're outgunned. We get a little brutal piece of Rachel badassery where a Hork-Bajir is about to kill her. Axe cuts off its head. She grabs the head and starts stabbing another Hork-Bajir with another Hork-Bajir's head.
Hell yeah.
This woman is brutal. Like, this girl you can't stop her, folks. And we love her.
There's also a lot of Cassie remembering random shit in the middle of this battle.
Yeah, she's like...
a lot of notes of Cassie being like, oh, that's a Hork-Bajir. How do I know that? And...
how do I remember the smell of blood?
Yeah. She also remembers Axe.
Why do I know what it feels like to kill a human? That's weird.
She remembers Axe's name and is like, well, hold on, shorty. How do you know my name?
Well, that's why Axe joins the group. Is like, hey, Cassie, how do you know my name? Wait, how do I know your name? What's going on?
There's also a very good sassy Axe line where he's like, give me that Draken beam, and Jake's like, no, I don't wanna, and he's like, well, you've already lost 2, and then he slaps it out of his hand and he goes, now you've lost 3.
Axe, I love him. He's just sassy bitch.
Well, because he has his independence.
Sassy Axe is the best.
He had to he had to crawl his way over to this mall.
Yeah,
he has no fealty to no prince.
No, and then he's like, all right, we're gonna end this. Let's go to the roof. We're getting the blade ship.
Rachel's like, I know exactly how to get to this roof.
Yes.
First, we want to cut through the gap.
Yeah.
Then, like, you know.
William Sonoma through the Sam Goody. It's just, we're good.
Yeah.
It's by the Pier 1 imports.
That's right.
Yeah.
You go through the Banana Republic.
And they're murking Hork-Bajirs. They go. They're blasting them. They get up top.
Yeah. They climb up the stairs. Jake tries to convince Axe, like, hey, listen, blast that stairs. And Axe begrudgingly is like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. He blasts the stairs, you know. Hork-Bajir come falling down off the stairs, then make it up. But there's not like a huge army of Hork-Bajir, but there's a decent amount. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna have to fight it out.
And Rachel goes running in, and
she doesn't have a gun at this point.
No,
only Axe has the gun. She's
got a Hork-Bajir head.
She has a Hork-Bajir head. That is her weapon.
Yeah,
and
not a bad one.
I felt the wind off the Hork-Bajir arm as it blew past me. I never felt the wrist blade. I hit the corrugated steel floor, rolled onto my side, saw bright lights and moving shapes. The movements grew slower, stop.
And, we've been kind of blazing through this, but, like, Rachel's been loving this entire sequence. Like, she's like, I've never felt more alive. And she's just, like, laughing as she's, like, hitting Hork-Bajir with his head. And that's why she charged in initially. She made this mistake, right? She's like, oh, what is there? Just, like, a couple guards are there? No problem. I got this, right? And that is probably the timelines kind of crossing over a little bit, right? Because I bet you, like, normal, like, teenage girl Rachel would not be doing this.
No, I don't know. I think that might be part of her personality.
Yeah, that might just be her.
I mean, she's a white woman, and they're all sadistic, murderous monsters, so I can see it.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I'm coming out hard against white women.
Go on.
Gross.
No, I'm coming hard against white women. Jesus.
On them.
In, on, around, who cares?
Above.
I don't care what happens to it once it's out of me. You guys know what I'm saying?
Rachel! Jake cries. Because, hey, guess what? Rachel's dead.
Rachel's dead.
No.
And she's just like...
my cousin, who's beautiful.
Yeah, Jake's just like, no, my beautiful cousin. Like, Jake, come on. Get
my
another adjective, please.
Look at how they massacred my beautiful cousin. Look what they did to her.
And so now the group is just Cassie, Jake, and Axe. And they're like, all right, just run to the ship.
Yeah, they run up there. Visser 3 jumps out. Cassie dies.
Visser 3 jumps out. I was like, aha! And then, like, disintegrates Cassie.
And
I gotta read it. I was holding Cassie by my hand, pulling her along with me. Sew! I felt the charge jolt my fingers. I let go of the hand that was no longer there. Cassie sizzled and disappeared, simply evaporated. I stared at the blank space where she had been. I stared at my hand. I was moaning. A weird sound, moaning, like a hurt animal. No sound any human would make. And then he just follows Axe. He just snaps out of it and just follows Axe. Because Axe is taking control here. Axe is like, come. And he's like, all right.
And that's when...
Can I make a note that I always thought you guys dubbed in the laser sounds later?
No, that's Nate.
But I just watched you do it live, and I was surprised. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Man of many talents.
It's fantastic.
Man of lasers.
Laser talent.
So they keep going, and here's where things really start to fall the fuck apart. So Visser 3 cuts off Axe's arm. Then another Cassie shows up and blasts Visser 3. And he's like, don't worry, there's a gorilla down there. And he's like, a gorilla?
Hold up, what?
Gorilla, I'm a gorilla. I'm a gorilla. Why am I hearing Marco? Jake's wondering. Marco's dead. And Axe is like, all right, do you see that pool ship? We're flying into it.
Yeah, they're gonna Independence Day the pool ship.
Yes, they're Independence Day 9/11 the pool ship.
And we know what this is. We've read Animorphs before. It is just, like they're back.
Yes.
We don't know how they're back, but they're back. And
then we get...
The Droid's mad about it.
Yep, the Deals Goblin shows up.
The Deals Goblin shows up, and he's just like, curses. I'm like, Droid, you can do better.
Well, the first thing he says is, oh, now this really is too much.
Yeah, and just winks at the camera.
Like he's a disappointed Southern grandmother.
Well, bless the Animorphs' hearts. Damn it.
Well, sweet tea and biscuits.
He's like, it was the girl, wasn't it?
That girl! She corrupted the time flow.
I'm going to read him like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
God, I love that man.
It's not so easy, is it, Drode?
You cheated me, Elamist. We had a deal, a trade-off. You were allowed to meddle with the timeline in the Falak situation, and we, with my master Krayok and we were allowed to tempt this young jackal here.
I guess you're having the time of your death. God, I love the Crypt Keeper so much.
Why don't you just ape out, Marco?
I was really pissed that the Elemist had other shit going on.
Yeah.
He was in the Rackham whatever the fuck thing.
Oh, the other conflict,
what are you doing
whatever?
with them? Like, why aren't you dealing with the Animorphs? What else? What other shit do you have going on?
Watching it and smiling from heaven like the end of Happy
Well, I
Gilmore.
can't do anything to help them. I'll go meddle with the timeline on this other planet we never hear of again.
He's just pointing and laughing at the war.
He's got his fingers in all the pies. And that's the conceit of this book. Cassie is temporally grounded. She's the constant. She's our Desmond for all you lost heads. Jake's her Penny, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. Whatever.
Not Jake's boat.
Yeah. And that...
I mean, and we could go into, the boring part of the lore here, but ultimately, Cassie is special in the way that Tobias is special, in the way that Marco is special.
Yep.
And the Elemist points out here is the droid points out is hold on a second here, Emelist.
Yeah, the Deals Goblin's no.
It's like you doof. You've chosen these kids for their special qualities and to this war, right? You got the time anchor over here. You got Visser One's kid. You've got Time Child. And already temporarily. What, by the way? What didn't Tobias know? He's already a time person.
He's not temporally anchored. Not like who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So the droid says, "All right, fine, fuck it.
Yeah, fine.
Let this go back, you idiots. Enjoy your war."
Yeah, you won this round, everybody.
And he's feeling cheated by the Elemist, and the Elemist is like, "Oh, I played fair and square."
Yeah.
What does he say? That would have been very smart of me, wouldn't it? Very clever of me. He goes, "You stacked the deck. That would have been very clever of me, wouldn't it?"
Elemist sucks in this.
Elemist, what a piece of shit.
I'm with
Elemist
the Drode.
sucks across the board.
I'm with the Drode. It's just oh yeah, just because I didn't happen to say this one rule,
right,
is where you get me. God.
Dumbass kid shit.
That's right.
And then we cut to the last chapter. Jake is back in bed. The Deals Goblin there's offering him the deal, and Jake is considering taking it. And the Deals Goblin just goes, "Now fuck this."
He's like, "Oh, forget it. Never mind." The
and then
said,
the theme from Curb Your Enthusiasm plays.
Yeah, I love that the Drode just gave up. He saw how useless it would be, and it's like, fine.
Well,
forget it.
We can just do this again. It's gonna happen again because your stupid time anchor.
Yeah, you got an actual magic black person.
Yeah,
not fair.
By the way, not flattering to my girl Cassie calling her an anchor
with those thighs. Oh.
Well, and also just
yeah, I did it.
For me, it's just just because you didn't know what to do with Cassie doesn't mean you get to make her a time wizard.
Well, she already spoke to whales. She's got magic thoughts.
It's true.
So Megamorphs 4, gentlemen, what do we think?
I still think it's the best. It's the best Megamorphs, period. And then second best is Dinosaurs. The first one sucks. Come on.
I mean, okay.
Nate's favorite book so far has been Atlantis.
No, I'll admit that the first Megamorphs,
That was really good.
The first Megamorphs is a dud. It's true. Same with, I can't even remember what the. Well, okay, no. Third one is time hopping. Yeah, third one's where I'm at.
Second one's Dinosaurs.
Yeah, but this one is like, if we're talking about like actual like good novelization, right? Like a well written book that has amazing structure to it. It's Megamorphs 4.
This book rules. This book fucking rules.
It's really good.
Why are you saying that so defeatedly? These are good books. I've been trying to tell you for decades.
It was nice. I liked it.
I mean, I hate to say I liked it from a writer's perspective, right? But I do like it from a writer's perspective. I think that, like, you know, it shows their talent, and you can tell, you're right, they were itchy. They were ready to go and, like, you know, write a book again, it sounds like, you know, because, like, they nailed it. And I think that this book is priming me for the third act.
Yeah.
You know, because like they're reminding me of things I'm going to need to remember later. I don't know if I don't know, like, because again, I have not read past this book, but to me, it's like it's this reminder of who these characters are that we may have forgotten.
That they are characters.
That they're characters, right? That sometimes yes, they go to Atlantis, and we don't talk about Tobias's depression in Atlantis. But you know, like we do in this one, because we're gonna have to talk about it soon again.
Yeah,
and it sums up the Animorphs really well.
I would agree that this is the best Megamorphs book, probably by leaps and bounds. Does the other ones super fun, great reads? Even the worst one's still fun, but this is a novel. Like this is a book.
It's a book.
This has meat on its bones.
Yeah.
Nate, why do you like Megamorphs 4?
The opening is the reason I chose it, but I love seeing all the different perspectives and you know, coming back to scenes that are integral to the introduction of the Animorphs, but being able to see it explained in a new way. Seeing Axe in the dome ship instead of just the kids coming to the dome ship later. You know what I mean? Like things like that. And then really hard moments, like watching Tobias join the sharing. And
that whole scene, the entire Tobias arc.
Especially, we spent 40 books plus or whatever loving this kid. And I don't know about y'all. I think I know about Tyler. Well, I guess, Nate, you didn't enjoy these as a child, so you did not...
well, I didn't read them as a child. I probably would have enjoyed them.
But what I mean is, like, you did not read this book going, oh, yeah, that's me every time a Tobias book came through.
Well, yeah, because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than these kids.
Yeah, now he picks up a Bible and he's like, that's me. I'm Job.
How did you know?
I suffer.
I read these going, oh, yeah, I'm the quiet kid that nobody likes and gets bullied a lot, so I'm Tobias in these books. Every time Tobias does anything, that's me. So it was really tough for me to read me getting geared. And because I'm so fucking insecure, and then I went, oh shit, maybe I should try to be a different character. Maybe Tobias isn't the best answer. Then I picked Marco, which is I don't know.
That's a very Tobias response, is pick a different character.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what he wants.
Pick your own prison and choose to live in it.
Thanks. I thought I had escaped it, and now it turns out
that's all Tobias all the way.
Nope. It's Tobias all the way down.
I think the reason why I love this book, and I do love this book, I think, is if it's a recap, it's not a recap of plot, right? It's a recap of characters.
Yeah.
You know, of just like, who are these characters really? And if they were hinting about Tobias's depression and need to escape, in the hardest of quotation marks, like it was just explicitly stated here. If they wanted to hint on Jake's leadership ability, which comes with the hardest eye roll, but like that's what they want to talk about.
You have got to learn to love Jake a little bit.
I don't. Well, and also just like leader is not a character. You know, it's a position. But like, you know, they're the two characters that they really focus on here too are Tobias and Rachel. So I'm like, okay, Tobias and Rachel are going to have some fun things happening in this next couple of books, like for this next arc, because they're focusing in on them, on their characters, right? Cassie gets time-childed. Like, we don't see any of Cassie's kindness in this. so much and like those qualities.
She was the odd man out.
Marco had one chapter.
He had one chapter.
And that chapter was,
Mommy.
hey, ladies. And like, hey, that's Marco.
It was awkwardly hitting on somebody and then mommy issues.
Yeah,
That
and
was
so
Marco's
oh no,
chapter, which is all we need to know about his character.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
I think what's great about this book, it captures something that I think a lot of people try to capture, but they can't do it as well. I think this is them writing their own fan fiction a little bit, because it's all these characters they know, they've created stories in a world they've created, and they get to tell it differently. And I kind of admire when stories do that. They take that familiar stuff you like and then they tweak it. I'm not a big fan fiction guy at all, but I like this version of that. Like, these characters I know, I love being twisted around and telling a different story with them and seeing it at least be emotionally and honestly true to all of them, I would say, as best they could.
Yeah. They also used it as a way to completely destroy a particular piece of fanfic, which is the Marchelko relationship.
Oh yeah, that's right. They
mentioned they did it.
They were
They
dating.
fully went into it,
Yep.
and then at the end, Rachel was like,
"Yeah,
gross. Ugh, I can't believe that happened."
Yeah, we didn't. We fuck it.
We're doing
Marco and Rachel will never happen.
We're doing Marco dirty. Marco's got Marco is going to get assigned a girlfriend.
Here's the thing. So I was kind of active in the fandom back in the 90s, and even on the ancient forum boards of the early internet, there was a lot of discussion of like, who's Marco's girlfriend going to be, because people kept wanting there to be one. It was before the idea that there could be a gay relationship was even that's impossible. Yeah, but I think that this was even like a little bit of fan service. Like, okay, well, fine. We'll see what happens if Marco and Rachel get together.
Oh, they hate it. As it turns out.
It was gross.
Oh, it turns out Rachel fucking despises it. Marco would be into it for sure. But
I mean, that's right though. And also,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Tyler. I love the comment of this is their own fan. Yeah, they wrote their own fan. I 100% agree with that. And I love that they did that because it's just extra scaffolding.
Yeah,
like it's just
for sure.
You know, like it really fleshes out who these characters are. And I love it.
And I loved it. This is a phenomenal Animorphs book. Probably in my top 10.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that they took the opportunity to be like, all right, the ghostwriters have been really leaning on Axe loves taste for fucking 30 books now. Yeah, he does, but also he's a brilliant strategist and a young warrior, and that's really important to know.
And he loves smoking too.
He loves
good,
them
kids.
butts.
Try cigarettes, please.
So, what is the message of this book? What is to the back? What are they trying to tell me here?
To endure, outlast, live. Sometimes you can still kill people if you can't morph. I don't know. Would you have a bit plan?
Are those the methods? Or the messages? Sorry, not the methods.
Like, these characters are going to be these characters, and like some of them do not get happy endings.
You can't change your stars to be a little melodramatic about it.
What I would say is that the message of this book is that it's all in our hands.
Jeez.
Thank you and a good night.
No,
Gross.
Nate.
Gross.
What? Nate, not trash. Shut up. Splintersmith, tell the people where they can find you. Plug your shit. We want to hear about your shit.
Oh, fuck, I have so much shit to plug. All right, first and foremost, you can just Google the Splintersmith and find pretty much everything. But specifically, I'm on Twitter at SplintersmithNC. I'm on twitch.tv/Splintersmith, occasionally playing video games and bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on a
he's
Dungeons
fun to
and
watch
Dragons...
play Fallout New Vegas. I have watched him do that.
I do be playing that. I'm on a Dungeons and Dragons Animorphs alternate universe podcast, which is an interesting reason for me to be on this particular episode, I guess. It's called Dungeons and Drakenbeams. It's very fun. I play Zach, who's the leader. That's the character. Shut up, Nate. I'm also on another sort of AU. It's kind of related to the main universe, called a radio play sort of podcast called Sporadic Phantoms. That one's pretty decent. I don't write it, so I can say it's nice. I'm just an actor in it. I don't really have any ownership over it. And I just started a new podcast called Soup Salad Sandwich, which isn't related to Animorphs at all. It's just me arguing about food with cool people.
Sounds great.
So you're gonna try the Nacho Oreo?
I think you two should have I think the two of you should have an episode about it where you do it.
I mean, yeah. It's not
we
a dare for
genuinely
me.
want to have guests, so it would be nice to have Nate on as a guest.
Okay, but you know what I'm bringing though.
I don't know. What is it?
But I mean, it's,
that awful take.
No, that
cum-soaked latkes. That's what you're bringing.
No, I'm bringing the.
Oh,
Yeah,
Something
America's favorite cookie, aka, well, actually, it makes sense why it's America's favorite cookie because it is trash. This is a message from Trash Nate. Oreos are garbage.
Oreos are good.
Oreos are bad. Good night, everybody. Never eat an Oreo.
Eat Oreos.
Fuck that disc.
Different Nates.
Hydrox
Different Nates
is
saying
better.
different things.
Hydrox in the house.
What the fuck is Hydrox?
The original Oreo.
Now, see, I'm a fan of the knockoff, like, Kroger ones, the sandwich cookie, where it's like the chocolate and the white one.
But you won't eat a straight up Oreo. Not even a double stuff?
Nah.
Come on!
Nah, I won't.
Come on!
I can't be your boo, I'm a douchebag. Got so much drip, you kids might need a hoodie. Said I'm out here buzzing, but I got a woody. I've been in the field, but I feel like a rookie. And I eat that pussy like Milk's favorite cookie.
I fuck these bitches and I'm fucking all these hoes. I'm eating pussy like it's Oreos.